It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop Jay.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. We want to remind you the Shop Report is now brought to you by Legacy Adventure Park. That's right. It is the one-stop shop. That's right. Yes, indeed. For your paintball experience. The ultimate paintball experience, that is. All right. Shout out again. Anywho, and for my folk out there in TV land, if you want to leave your questions or comments during today's program, by all means, please do so. We will throw it up on the screen. And if you're one of them folks that wants to leave a question or comment that's indignant or ignorant in nature, it won't be seen on this screen. Matter of fact, here's what you'll get.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That being said, joining me on the program today is my captain across the way, Joey James, a.k.a. Double J. Tell the people what you say. This is the one guy, ladies and gentlemen, that don't like Cade Cunningham, but he got a shot and a drop from him. I don't understand why. But anyway, say what you got to say.
Two drops.
Okay.
I will say this. The Big Ten has a dilemma.
Boy. Yeah, because it's 12 teams and only 2 of them were worthy of mention. That's the dilemma. How you the Big Ten, but you got 44 teams, but only 2 teams worth talking about? You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm just saying, yeah, I mean, you know, it's mind-boggling to me, but okay. But them your boys. You went to Purdue, so yeah. And where's Purdue at?
Oh, no,
again?
wait a minute now. We're not talking about hoops here. And because Purdue went to Tuscaloosa and, you know, the same Alabama team that just went to the Garden and beat down your St. John's.
Oh, please. I'm not a St. John's fan. I said I'm a Big East fan. Don't get it twisted. I'm an Arkansas Razorback.
Like you said,
I'm Arkansas Razorback.
You were implying a moment ago.
No, I'm saying if you want to talk college basketball, Villanova is my favorite Big East team. But the Big East as a conference was my favorite over all of the conferences because of their style of play once upon a time.
I'm going to say this right now. The Big East has one good team this year. And I'm sorry, 2. It is that St. John's team. I think I trust Coach Pitino to figure it out. But BYU, PU, they that high recruit that you were talking about.
Yeah,
they went into the other Garden at one point in time, the Boston Garden, and Dan Hurley's UConn. Team.
Yeah, I know. I just saw that. Yeah, they put a whooping on them. I think it was 68-45 or something at halftime. It was. Look, ridiculous.
I watched Terrace Reed Jr. up close and personal a couple of years ago when he was at Michigan. He couldn't do a thing against Zach Edey. He took whoever and literally everybody that was there, all comers, lunch today.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, now that you had your rant, ladies and gentlemen, Double J got that out the way. In other words, this is what he had to say. Let's start the show. All right, we got a couple of items on the menu for you all today, but first we're going to get wrong button. Wrong button. Double J, please, with your college football score update. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That's right. With just 5 minutes remaining in the third, the home team, number 7 ranked overall, Ole Miss Rebels, are losing to Florida 24-20. They do have the ball at their own 15. However, could this be a repeat of just what happened 1 year ago?
And what was that? You know, my memory don't go
Ole
back.
Miss lost at Florida, and it kind of threw them out of the playoff.
Oh, so in other words, the Gators got the Rebels number.
Could be. and
yeah.
they'll get just about everybody's number if you get it, if they get a hold of one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And so we also have number 13 Utah on the road at Baylor. Not as close of a game as we thought, but it's again similarly 5 minutes left in the third. Utah's up 35-20, and number 1 Ohio State doing exactly what the number 1 team in the country is supposed to do, up 27-0 against UCLA. But who is UCLA since Bill Walton? Anyway.
Yeah.
Russ
What about?
Westbrook.
You know what? Let me give a shout out to Omar Cooper Jr. Shout out to Omar Cooper Jr., the standout wide receiver for the Indiana Hoosiers, who, by the way, Double J, you didn't mention, are sitting strong at number 2 team in the country. You understand me? With a 0. Don't do that, Double J. You just talked about the Big Ten and how great it was, better than the SEC and all that other good stuff. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Don't poo-poo on the Big Ten. Definitely not the Indiana Hoosiers. Should we see Ohio State and Indiana in the conference championship? Who you got winning that?
Oh, Ohio State by a mile.
Oh, wow. Really?
Folks, I can't do that. I can't pick IU.
I know. Right. I know. And tell people
respectfully. It's just, it is what it is.
You don't, stop it. You don't say that. You should have led with that. You should have said respectfully, I can't pick IU. And you're going to say, I can't pick IU. And then you double down on it. And then going to say respectfully. It don't even count. After the third time in, it don't count. And why is that? You went to Purdue, right?
That's right.
And is that West Lafayette?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to West Lafayette. The Boilermakers. Okay, then I see. I get the grudge thing, the whole grudge thing. Is it as bad for Purdue or being a Purdue alum with Indiana on the other side as is like Michigan, Ohio State? Is that like a real rivalry type of deal? Do they call it the big game?
Yeah, well, it is absolutely, and so obviously it's more amplified or on full display in basketball, right? But I will say this from a student section vantage point, I don't necessarily agree with it. I was certainly not the creator of it, far from it. And every kickoff, they don't, regardless of opponent, they say IU sucks.
Oh my! Oh why? It don't look like it.
Well,
come on now. If any other team is number 2 in the country, excuse me, behind Ohio State, and that team is in the Big Ten, come on now.
It's going to be ugly this year. I think.
No, that whole argument, SEC versus Big Ten, is this stuff like, that's what this the type of stuff that keeps that crap going. Who's the better conference?
I'll double down here. Currently in the third quarter, we have number 5 Georgia up 14-3 on Texas.
I'm watching that game. Arch Manning stinks. Sorry.
That interception, they grabbed the guy's arm, but at the same time, he stared down that receiver.
But in his defense attorney, he didn't have at least 4 or 5 drops.
Yeah, I'm just saying it didn't seem like he really read any progressions there. And obviously his uncle's there and he's watching firsthand.
Yeah.
And I think there's more to that. Why did Peyton choose that game to attend?
What difference? Maybe he was off that week. Who knows? Oh, don't do that.
No, I think there's more to it, dude. I'm telling you right now, the kid needs some help.
Did what?
He needs some help.
Oh, yeah, you don't need. Okay, how Peyton gonna help him? By sitting in the stands in the 40th row, by the way.
Do you think that him and Eli they're just letting him do his thing?
Wouldn't you?
I would like to. I would love for the kid to reach out and say, "Hey, Uncle Eli," or "Hey, Uncle Peyton, come and help me."
Hey, look, let me tell you something. Yeah, I'm not saying that he should be above help. And who's to say he's not asking for help from his uncles? But at the end of the day, man, the name is the name. But and I'm not comparison. Here we go again. The reason why I am a Steph Curry fan, more so than him arguably being the greatest 3-point shooter of all time, I'll lead the folks at the water cooler to discuss that or have that discussion. I'm saying he's self-made. He has the last name Curry. Just because you have the last name, you still have to create your own path. Steph has done that. Arch ain't nowhere near that. Everybody appointed and anointed this dude before the season or before seasons because he played a little bit behind Quinn Ewers, if I'm saying that right. And the last name, and everybody was like, ooh, he going to be the next guy. Why? Because his uncle and his uncle? No, two uncles don't make an arch. I'm just saying, man. Don't look at me. Yeah, I'll be here all week. No, I'm saying he got to make his own way, man. He don't look to have whatever Eli and Peyton had. Arch Manning is looking more like Archie Manning for real. If you saw Archie Manning at Ole Miss, he was running for his life just about, and when he was with the Saints before Bobby Hebert took over. Y'all, that's a Google course. Y'all don't even know nothing about Bobby Hebert. But anywho, I'm letting you know right now. Yeah, Archie Manning was he was running for his life from the first time I saw him at Ole Miss to his career with the Saints, bro. He just seemed. I said, man, this guy should have been on the track team. He did a whole lot of running, boy. You know what I'm saying? He was the first running quarterback that I ever saw. Boy, he'll give, I'm telling you, man, oh my gosh. He'll give Vince Young and Lamar Jackson fits. Arch Manning would. All that run. And I'm talking about running backwards. If Ole Miss had the ball at their own 30, by the time he got done running around, it was a safety. You know what I'm trying to say? And the other team had changed positions a couple of times. They brought in new defenders. Yeah, it used to be bad, bro. Really, really bad. Yeah, Archie played for the Saints in the NFL during that time when they were called the Aints. They used to wear paper bags over their heads. They used to call the Aints. You're not old enough to remember that. Anyway,
I'm familiar.
You remember that? Oh,
they had kind of a second go around with that.
Well, I mean,
early 2000s.
Well, unlike the Browns, they never took a break from it. Anyway. I got a trivia question for you before we go to our first break and then get into some of this hoop talk. That's right. But again, we shout out my man, Omar Cooper Jr. That's right. The standout wide receiver from Indiana U, Double J's #1 nemesis. Shout out to him again. You understand me? Trivia question. No Google. Let me see your hands. All right. No Google. Ducks on a pond is a reference to what sport? And then what does it mean? Ducks on a pond is a reference to what sport and what does it mean?
It means runners on base, right? For baseball.
Oh, shout out to him. He got it. That means that's right. How many men are on base in baseball? And that's right. How many runners are on base? That's exactly what it means. We got a couple comments already flowing in, baby. They must see what I got in my cup. Let's see who it is here. Detroit. Oh man, shout out to Detroit fan, man. Where you been? It was 1983. Bobby Hebert led the Michigan Panthers to a USFL championship. Just a shout out to a great year. Shout out again. That's right. And again, Detroit fan man says yes. Ducks on the pond that's baseball for those at home. Shout out to him again. Detroit fan man, where have you been? He don't even know where he been. Where you been, Detroit fan man? Let us know. Man, I wonder what happened to D-Runk, man. I wonder. Yeah, maybe.
I'm wondering the same thing. Hoping so.
Yeah, if you're out there, D-Runk, give your boys a holler, man. We want to at least know how you're doing and whatnot. But yeah, anywho, like I'm saying, Ducks on the Pond is a reference to baseball. Oh, and by the way, Raleigh should have won. Not Aaron Judge. Yeah. AL MVP.
I have to agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
That's a Yankee thing. Yeah, I'm late. Y'all should have been here early. We should. Yeah. Wait, what did he say? Wow. Cal Raleigh should have won it. Okay. Boy, the politics ain't politicking in sports nowadays. What's politics mean, really? Okay, because a politician is a person can tell you to go to Hey-Yo, as in Mayo, in such a way that you actually look forward to the trip. Shout out to your boy, BSJ, baby. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into some of this hoop talk. That's right, baby. Man, it's two guys. Did you know? There's two dudes that play for the Atlanta Hawks, man, that I had no idea were in the league. And I'm telling you right now, man, Trae Young come back. Yeah, man. Yeah. When we get back.
Man. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm saying it right now. A darn right Skippy I am. Yeah, don't do nothing about nothing, because this is what we finna do. You understand me? Don't play with me. Don't do it now. That's right, baby. Legacy Adventure Park, Lockport, Illinois. Zombie Adventures. Go get you one. That's right. An adventure today, you understand, man? And tell them the BSJ sent you. Yeah, Hoop Talk, baby. That's right. Shout out for some Hoop Talk. Where in the world did Atlanta Hawks, Dyson Daniels, and Jalen Johnson come from?
You're for real right now?
I'm not for playing.
I told you a year ago on this very program that I actually wanted Dyson Daniels to be the defensive player of the year.
Did you say that? You said a year ago?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't remember what my.
Now, of course, I believe that award went to Wemby, but it was like, okay, fine. Like you said, politicking. Who actually? I mean, he did some cool stuff, but for him, it kind of seems like he's not really trying in order to do that. Whereas Dyson Daniels, you can almost take his steal prop nightly.
Bruh.
In a world of no defense, Dyson Daniels plays defense.
Oh, my goodness, does he? Shout out to Khalil, because he had me watching. He's like, Dad, you need to see this guy. I'm like, man, please, man, come on, man. Cut me in and cut it out. And I sat down for about 5 minutes. The next thing I know, I was sitting down for the rest of the game. Who are these two guys, man? You said a year ago? Please, seriously, you saying that to me? Come on, man. You know my memory is like the transmission on a 68 Buick that's been sitting in the garage too long. It'd be slipping. I don't know nothing about nothing. You could have said it to me a minute ago, and I'd be like, huh? Who? What? All right, then. But anyway, hey, man. Hey, Atlanta looked good with them two guys out front, man.
It would be interesting to see, and I'll gauge your interest on this, what value Trae Young has. Because if I were the Atlanta Hawks, it's bigger, it's deeper than just those two too. It's a Okongwu coming off the bench.
Yeah,
very good. I've watched, I've watched the league more this year than I have arguably in the past decade. And both of them, Daniels and Johnson, they good on the offensive end too. Oh, Johnson's a bucket.
Yeah. Hey, listen, hey Trae, that'd be my thing, man. That's my whole contention about this point guard, quote unquote. What position do this guy play and what position do that guy play? But yet and still, we in the position this era today. Make up my mind either way, okay? Because at the end of the day, bro, it's no way in the world if you're Trae Young and you are in and amongst the so-called elite players, because it's the 1% make it to the NBA type of deal. So you select few of the few, right? You play that position, right? It's no way in the world that today's NBA players who play that position or guys who handle the ball more often than anybody else should not average at least 9 to 10 assists a game.
Like, don't get me wrong. Everything was on full display. That was the right matchup against when they played Utah the other day, because Utah's really kind of struggled. They'll probably move somebody like Markkanen at the deadline, depending on what their asking price is. But
the Cavs should try to go back and get Markkanen.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, that's what they need to do.
But without,
we're gonna get to them too, because they stink.
They
stink.
That up.
Yeah, you did. You set that right up. Thank you for the stinky poo.
The interesting thing to me, though, is we talked about defense in that particular game. Like I'm prefacing, I know that teams like the Jazz are a little bit more turnover prone, but to see somebody like Jalen Johnson have 7 steals, somewhat a little unheard of, right? Occasionally, there's only
unheard of. What do you mean unheard of? Unheard of? You mean in today's NBA?
By today's NBA
no
standard.
Question. Hey, listen, he's averaging that, mind you. So that means he's an on-ball defender. Huh? Okay. That means that's a throwback. That means we come and greet you. That's what we come to meet you. What happened?
I said, I like what I see from them. That young core is very, very good over there.
Bro, all I'm saying to you is if the statement that today's players are better than those players that and don't get it twisted. We didn't the old school guys, we didn't start this ongoing conversation about who is and who ain't. That's you young dudes out here, young thinking that basketball didn't start till y'all was born, which was last night. Okay. There's a big difference between being born at night, like I was. Okay. Big difference. Y'all started all of this. Oh, he couldn't play in this era. Oh, he couldn't play in that era. Well, hey. Yeah. Okay. If today's players are so much better at everything than them guys I grew up watching, then statistically, categorically, they should be far better at everything. And ball distribution should be one of them. There's no way in the world if you Trae Young, Double J, while I'm sitting here going on my 14-minute as rant, okay, if you could look that up, Trae Young averages what per assist on the season? Because it can't be what point guards who truly played point guard in the 80s and 90s got, like Mark Price comes to mind, or Kevin Johnson, if you would, or even Andre Miller type guy. You know what I'm saying? Them guys average anywhere between, and your smaller guards back then average, let's say 6, maybe 5 to 6, somewhere around 7 assists a game. You can't be in this era so much better than those type of guys and still be averaging the same amount of assists. Didn't we do a show last year or earlier this year? And we asked, where was Caitlin Clark at?
Mm-hmm.
And where would she be at? If we not, because it ain't got nothing to do with her being a woman versus a man. We talking about a hooper. If you're a hooper, okay, she a point guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where were her assists on average? Was like, if we put just the assist numbers in and amongst the NBA players, she would be third in the league.
Yeah, when we did that last year, it was way up there. I do remember that.
Okay. All right. So I'm just saying. All right. And it was some guys below her that would have been like, ooh-wee. They get a whole lot of ESPN time. You know what I mean? But they really need to get less playing time.
Now, remember, she only played 13 games, but she averaged 8.8 last year. So that is one more than Trae Young this season. Trae Young's only played about 5 or 6 games. Okay. All right. So Trae Young averaging at least 8, right? Just shy of that, 7.8. So 7.8.
Nah. Hey, with them two, that don't cut it for me, buddy. That don't cut it. Not for me. Not for me. Don't cut it. Not for me. It might be cool for some of you parlay players. Trying to say, yeah, you point spread folks. Detroit Fan Man says she's better from the logo. That commercial was great. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Shout out to that. Yeah. I'm just saying, man, you know, and it was maybe I should just temper my excitement a little bit, I guess. It was a 1-game sample. All right. But I'm telling you, what I saw from Daniels and Johnson, Trae Young should be averaging at least 11 dimes a game, bro. With them two dudes alone. And I don't even know who else Atlanta got. I just know them guys do not stop moving. Boy, talking about young energy. My gosh, man. On your mark, get set, go. Pew, 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 pew.
What would you offload him for? I hate to throw that in there, right? He hasn't played in 2 weeks. They're doing fine.
Yeah, they are. But what you mean? You mean who would I offload him for? You said
what? He hasn't played in 2 weeks. They're on a 4-game win streak. I'm just, not to salt in the wound there.
Same thing. Yeah, well, why not put salt on the wound? It's a steak, baby. I'm trying to say salt on the steak, baby. That's what we do here. You understand me? We eat good. You understand me? Same thing could be said for the Lakers. I'm just trying to say they look pretty good, darn good without somebody.
They're up about 20 right now on in Milwaukee, and that of course is without LeBron. And
of course, but it's not without Giannis.
No, yeah, you're correct.
I know it. The Lakers actually play as a team, bruh.
So Luka is shooting 50% right now, and he's at 36.
But what is he averaging? What is his distribution averages? Because we got to start including that kind of stuff.
Well, right now, yeah, 7 rebounds, 6 assists.
No. Are you talking about in the game right now?
Yeah,
currently?
Just today. But in terms of for the season,
yeah, what are
he's at about
his dimes?
10.
Oh, he averaging 10 a game?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to that. That's there you go. That's it. These are NBA professional athletes 2.0. Then everything else should be double. Everything, not some things. Everything should be double. Okay. You want me to be all sold on what I'm told, excuse me. Ain't finna happen. Yeah, okay, I can respect that. Okay, I can respect that all day, every day. Yeah, man. But listen, pardon me for saying, French fries without no burger, but Detroit gonna whoop the Cavs this year. Watch what I tell you.
Oh.
But as much as Cade is my boy, I'm telling you right now, bro, you can't miss 85 shots in a game, bro.
Thank you.
You can't miss 85 shots in a game. I'm trying to say that's bad shot selection. You know what I mean?
That's too much of a green light. That's what I don't understand is how did these, again.
But he had 12 dimes, didn't he?
Could he have had more? I say yes.
Well, I mean, don't get it twisted. I seen Kyrie with 18 in the game when he played with the Celtics. That's all I'm saying to you is, bruh, offenses in the style of play offensively, let me say it that way, it's so wide open now. Guys who have the ball in their hand, bruh, I would be looking to get everybody involved. You would forget that I could score until it's time for us to close the door. Do you understand? Bro, give me 25 points and 15 dimes. We're going to win every time. I don't want 40s and 50s. Everybody getting the 40s and 50s and all of that so people can get on Facebook and social media and be like, oh, he dropped this and he dropped that and he dropped this and dropped that. I mean, what did we just ask last week? You know what I'm saying? What's cooking? What define cooking? Cooking is when everybody hot. Trying to say everybody eating. That's cooking. You know what I mean? Anybody can go get a Stouffer's meal. Whoopie-doo. That's cooking. Yeah, all right, whatever. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying what you're selling. The 2026 All-Star Game format. This is why I thought Gully should be here.
Isn't that convenient?
Bruh, I wish we could pull that show. I promise you, he was the first person to say that.
Mm-hmm.
He was the first person to say or suggest that. Man, I went back through our Discord threads. I could not. Well, that was what 38 years ago. It felt like it anyway. I got tired of scrolling. Matter of fact, I put my phone down there. I was still doing like this. You know what I mean? It was ridiculous. It took me about 8 days I had to grab my. You know what I mean?
I try to tell you this show has a little bit more reach than we get credit for.
Oh, it's got to, bruh. Nobody else was saying that or suggesting that.
You want me to add another one that you wouldn't have expected that came from this show?
What?
As I disclosed in the group chat, if you will, private equity is now interested in youth soccer.
Imagine that.
I specifically said just a few weeks ago, if I were private equity, when we were talking about the NFL and that type of thing, I said youth soccer was the gold mine.
All right.
And now there's some sort of arms race between ECNL and MLS Next with clubs and the addition of them that I believe is largely looming more so around that decision, which is who will get the cash injection.
Yeah, I'm starting to figure. Somebody out there watching. They got to be. And we don't give ourselves credit that we don't deserve. That's not what we do here.
True.
But I'm telling you, if I'm not wearing a shirt that say the shop report, okay, Gully asked that. He said, man, they should have some, because didn't that start our whole when we talking about the world championships? That had something to do with that. Yeah, when we start talking about world championships, NBA championships, he said what they should do in the All-Star. No, we was talking about the All-Star game because
I brought up the G League guys. It was around the Cup, the World Championship. All of it was right there in the blender.
Yeah, I was like, dang, man. I'm telling you. Then all of a sudden, I see the All-Star Game format, which to add a little bit more detail, give you a little bit more context. The All-Star Game, the 2026 All-Star Game, NBA All-Star Game format, will be a USA versus World round-robin tournament featuring 3 teams, 2 U.S. and 1 international. Well, that's one thing I don't understand. Why 2 U.S. and 1 international? And whose idea again was it? It was Gully's. It was Gully's idea. I'm trying to tell you, it was Gully's idea.
Oh, 100%.
For all my listeners.
Again, I wanted the G League involved. I specified that.
But what show was that, man? We done did over 1,000 shows.
I'll
I couldn't
find it. I can find that one.
Bruh, hey, for my folk out there that's out there checking us out again, let me shout out to the people though. Straight up, though.
Yeah, a lot of folks online here. Hey, feel free for
'cause
those that are new. You know, again, I know we brought up the fantasy stuff and we haven't dived into the NFL in particular yet, but you got the start sit questions. You could throw them in there too. We'll get to them. Just give me a little bit of time also.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do when we get to our NFL Week 11 pick'ems. After I pick who I think will win or lose, Double J's gonna give you all a little bit of insight to the on the fantasy side as far as your stardom and sit-ems, you know, for each team after we pick the game itself. When we get to that though. That's still a little bit ways in the show, in the program. But I'm telling you, man, bruh, I just can't get over that, man. Gully's, that was his idea. He said it should be a USA versus world, bruh. Nobody was talking about that. Nobody. I don't watch the talking heads, the national shows anymore, because, you know, we said that in the Discord too. You know, it was a Facebook post put up. People was like, man, it used to be a time you could watch Sports Center and you get the highlights and games and such. You know what I mean? And now you get, you know, debate, you know, or arguments, discussions, and it's always about the Cowboys and the Lakers. Nobody got time for that. But my sons still watch. And they said, Dad, I ain't heard that. You need to mention that, gang. So I went back through all of our Discords, all of everything, and I couldn't find it, bro. That's how long ago it's been. But when we find it, oh, my bad. I ain't give a shout out to the people, though. Shout out to the people again. Without you, there is no us.
All-Star Weekend?
No, remember, it was this. We started talking about it for this All-Star game, but the year before, remember that we said they uninterested anymore, and the dunk contest was garbage. And then we started making a comparison to the 2001 All-Star game. Guys don't take it serious no more. So it's within a 2-year frame, man. And I couldn't find the show. I couldn't find it. But when we get my man Gully back, I thought he would be here today so we could give him a shout out, but apparently. But yeah, tell me again, why is it 2 US teams and 1 international team? I don't get that. And I didn't go through the whole bevy of, reading the rules and all of that, because I just couldn't get over the fact that this was Gully's idea.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I don't understand why 2 US, 1 international. Does it hurt the game to have 2v2? All right.
So how many tournaments? How many tournaments does the NBA have now? They got the NBA Emirates World National Stateside Champ Cup.
Right.
They give you some type of satin carpet with your name and all that stuff on it, and they hang it in the rafters. Whoop-de-doo. And now you got the NBA World Cup All-Star Game format. I didn't read anything else about it, but is the dunk contest no longer a thing? Is that what we're trying to say? That skills competition is garbage too. Oh, and let me again finish saying about the people what I was trying to say before you interrupted, May. If we're not for y'all, it ain't no us. We do this because of y'all, not because we good at it. I'm just saying, shout out to the people once again. Okay, what you getting there? What you got?
So there will be a dunk contest. I can confirm that.
Oh, wow. Really? Okay. Well, if they Dunkin' Donuts, put me in. Baby, I got skills, boy. You know what I'm saying? Blunk, 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 blunk. Yeah, other than that, put it back. I'm trying to tell you. Yep. Yeah. What?
Also, the 3-point contest, yes, will still be there.
Oh, well. What about the skills competition? Yeah, I know that's got to be a done deal. It's got to be, because that's horrendous too. Isn't that it's a time limit? Isn't it on the time limit on the thing?
There indirectly there is, but the teams that actually go faster, it's never really in doubt, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Can this version of Joker get any better?
I always think similar to what I said about Luka in the past, that I feel like he could get a little leaner.
How much leaner do you want him to get? The man is 6'10". He built like Eric Montross.
I'm trying to remember. There was There was a player earlier this year that kind of was Oh, it was Weston McKennie for the U.S. men's national team, and he
Not hip.
similarly. I mentioned, always thought the same about him. He said because he was starting to age a little bit, it was a little bit harder on him. So he decided, with the medical team to kind of start trimming down a little bit. And so, in the case of Joker, he's on a pace right now, kind of in a league of his own.
Well,
And
you kind of been that already, though. But go ahead.
but as these, you can only do that for so long. We've talked about how he hasn't had help in years past. Now he has a little bit more help than he did, but those minutes start to add up, right? And look, this is not a PSA for load management.
But let me say this to you, though, bro. There's an exception to every rule. And the more I watch him, the more he fits that exception. I really don't like to use this as an analogy or a parable, but once upon a time when I was incarcerated years ago, I still had all my hair. That's how long ago this was. I got into a fight with a guy who lifted weights. And I got into a fight once with a guy who was raised on a farm. The guy who I fought that lift weights, I was sore for a couple days. The guy who grew up on a farm I got into a fight with, bro, I felt like I was sore for a year. Joker puts me in the mind frame of farm to table by himself. He's just one of them guys who you can smoke probably a pack of cigarettes for 90 years and still be coughing up suit and still carrying car engines on one shoulder. And he's just one of them type of guys, man. He's an exception to the rule. He's not like a Ralph Sampson or a Zydrunas Ilgauskas or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm trying to say? This dude, they show pictures of him after the game. This guy's more into horses. You know what I'm trying to say? He don't need Nugenics. Okay? He don't need Ozempic. He don't need none of the Zempic. He don't need no pick. None of it. He's just one of them guys, man. He can just wake up. I'm telling you right now, roll out of bed and drop 58 and then go back to smoking cigars and drinking, some Serbian form of beer that over here might need some extra type of warning labels. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. And then I don't say this as a slight, but because I heard one of the Morris brothers was woofing to him and his brother would love to get into it. Look here, man. Y'all United States tough. Okay? Joker and his brothers, they Serbian tough. You understand what I'm saying? They are from Serbia, right? Right? Double J? Are they from? Yeah, okay. So, bro, that's war torn. Okay? I get they grew up not seeing not nary single building standing. Here in America, you can still see some of the glass windows intact. You know what I'm trying to say? Bruh, it's a whole different mindset when you make it from over there and you come over here. Bruh. You know what I mean? Them dudes, you got to be a whole type of different, you know what I mean, to be scared of, whatever y'all talking about over here. You know what I mean? People disappear in them type of countries, man. You know what I mean? For real, though. I'm just, are you okay? Yeah, I'm just saying, man, at the end of the day, man, Joker he's just different, bruh. It's like, are there ever any workout videos with him? No. You don't see him reading a book upside down like some people with nothing on the pages. I'm just saying. Okay. You don't see Joker, saying, making no Gatorade commercial. Is it in you? You got to sweat. No, you don't. If you see Joker in any commercial, it's going to be a cigar commercial. I'm just saying. I smoke one of these before I go out and drop 50s. That's one of them type of, one of them type of commercials or something. You know what I'm saying? Man, he's just a different type of dude, man. I don't know where he get it from or what, not, and how, but watching him, man, bruh, he a different type of dude, man. He a different type of dude. And shout out to Shy. Shy getting double nickels and all that type of stuff too, man. But as a center at the 5 spot, man, come on, man. You can't. Okay, what's Joker's kryptonite? Minutes.
The OKC Thunder.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Who played the Thunder better last year at any point really in the season, regular season, and in the playoffs other than the Nuggets. And they went to a game 7. Do I have to keep reminding folks of that? They went to a game 7. That don't take nothing for shy. They did what you had to do. It ain't their fault. That, Joker ain't had no help. But we remember now, we talked about this. We keep coming back round. He played more minutes than anybody Joker did in the playoffs. When did he rest?
Well, everybody. You see my point here? So maybe I am right.
Listen, right about what? What you right about?
Well, if those minutes are going to add up. So the only way he can.
Not for a guy like him. Bruh, he still. Listen, he averaged, we said it, 46 minutes a game or something crazy like that in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And still pushed OKC. And mind you now, OKC young, fresh legs.
Right.
And they had to go 7. And it was close. So it wasn't the minutes per se. The fact that he was still able to do that, that's what made us go look at his minutes, remember? Because we was like, how's he still even effective? And turns out he was playing 3,000 minutes a game. I told my son, I said, Khalil, I'm telling you now, he have any help like he got now, they beat Shy and them last year, bro. I'm putting my reputation on it. We'll never know now because last year was last year. I'm just saying, bro, from the sample size of what Joker is and what he do for that Nugget squad, man, come on, man. Even though playing more minutes this year than he probably did in that championship year, what part of him looks like he's slowing down?
Currently, nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Man, that's scary, bruh. You know what I mean? And I don't wish nothing bad on the man, barring injuries and all that old kind of stuff, bro. But how often has he, and I don't even want to put it out there like that, bro. How often does he low manage?
He doesn't.
He don't. Okay. All right. So some of your more, privileged NBA stars, American, excuse me, you know what I'm saying? I wish the season would be cut to 70-something games. Oh, I'm sitting out this week. I ain't playing. Because why are you not playing? Because you ain't built Serbian tough. Ford tough is one thing. Serbian tough is something else, baby. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to, convey to you, get across this message to you is what I'm trying to do. You understand me? Yeah, okay. I'm just saying. Let it be OKC in Denver and Joker getting his rest. Come on, man. The man was out there playing fourth quarters, and you would have thought he was still in the first. Let him get his minutes, and let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. Shy and them gonna have to really take it this time. You know what I mean? That's all it looked like to me. And then the Pistons, they win their 9th straight. Shout out to the Pistons. Winning 9th straight. You understand me? Have they arrived as the best in the East? No bias. No,
actually, well,
who's the best in the East?
Well, potentially.
Not potentially. Who's the best in the East?
I don't believe in this supporting cast that has won the last 3 games. I think it's weird that.
But they won a couple of them games without Cade.
That's what I'm saying. But they were. Look, I'm torn on this because the league is one of those leagues where Cade has a green light to shoot 50 times, right? Regardless of right or wrong. But now there's other players that are pros and they're given the opportunity to shoot more. We've just seen that with Atlanta, right? And now these other individuals, there was a guy, his last name's Green. That's all I know. And I was like, he should be in the G League. And then
plays for who?
Goes missing. And so does Jalen Duren, et cetera. And these guys get minutes and all of a sudden they're all buckets. And they're beating teams that at one point, the first game of the season, Chicago was beating the Pistons by 25 points. And they had to kind of rally in dramatic fashion to try to the buzzer. But at the same time, you're telling me that group without Cade, Duren, et cetera, goes and beats the Bulls by almost 20. That sounds weird to me.
No, bro, that's called gambling. That's what it's called. The same thing with the Cavs. Don't disappear. Same thing with the Cavs. Come on now. The Cavs lose to the Miami Heat. Then 2 nights later, the backups beat the same Miami Heat team that the starters couldn't beat. Then 4 nights later, the starters get back in and get Molly. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. You didn't know? It's called follow the money. Hey, anytime I see the games now, bro, I'm looking for the Arnold Rothstein moments. I'll be like, Rothstein. That's exactly what it is. But I'm just saying, for the sake of its and giggles and this argument, knowing that no sporting event is completely left up to chance, I'm always including that in. That's always a factor to me, okay? I stopped gambling years and years ago. You know what I mean? And it saved me a whole lot. I'm talking like 15% of my car insurance, too. It did. But I'm just saying right now, who in the East is playing better than the Pistons right now in totality?
I would say the Pistons. If not the Pistons, then the Cavs.
Oh, man, please. Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, anyway, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to continue with some of our NBA talk. I want to ask you about the MVP race, where it's at right now. We're going to list the top 5 MVP regular season NBA MVPs, and then the 5 runner-ups, and ask you at this juncture in the season is where it is, obviously, but who in the end wins the NBA MVP? We're going to take this comment right quick and then take a break. When we come back, we're going to finish up our hoop talk, and then we're going to get to our NFL pick'ems week 11. Who is this? Detroit Fan Man says the Pistons bench squad needs a nickname like the Lions injured secondary. Legion of Whom. These 9-win Pistons are setting up for another Detroit-Cleveland rivalry. Can't wait to see it. It's not going to be no rivalry. I'm telling you right now.
I can't believe you live in Cleveland.
What you mean? I can't believe you leaving Michigan.
No, they're going to kick you out of it.
You don't like Rasheed Wallace or Cade Cunningham. Oh, my God.
Stefanski, you guys are going to be on the next train smoking.
Oh, please. Hey, well, guess what? I don't smoke, okay, but I don't mind riding the train. I'm just saying. I don't mind riding the train. You know what I'm saying? Detroit Fan Man, you tell me, this guy don't like Rasheed Wallace or Cade Cunningham, but Jaden Ivey, obviously, for bias reasons. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, run. You do run.
This is Josh Cribbs, 3-time NFL Pro Bowler, all-decade return specialist. You're listening to the Shop Report.
Cleo Miller, former Cleveland Browns, and you're listening to the Shop Report.
Hi, this is Dick Ambrose. You're listening to the Shop Report, and go Brown.
Hey, this is the top dog, Hanford Dixon. Listen to the Shop Report.
This is Ernest Biner, and you are listening to the Shop Report.
Hey everybody, Jimmy Hass from Cleveland Browns, and I can tell you, my favorite podcast is the Shop Report.
All right, we are back.
Right, favorite podcast.
That's right. I can tell everybody my favorite podcast is the Shop Report. Oh, Jimmy D, baby. That's right, boy. Jimmy Dean sausage. And ain't no friend of mine, Calvin Klein. Save me on some time. Anywho, the NBA MVP race currently sits at, or starts at, or should I say is mentioned as, or these are the contestants. The top 5 so far are Joker, obviously, SGA, Giannis, Luka, and Wemby. The runners-up, Cade, Spider, Maxey, Sengun, or am I saying that right? Sengun, and Jalen Brunson for the Knicks. Who? No, you shaking your head. No, I ain't even finished yet. Who at season's end, will be hoisting the NBA MVP trophy? Drum roll, please.
Barring injury, Joker.
But you don't think that it could be Shy?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on, man. The math ain't mathing. Hold up. Let me write this down. So hold up. You think Joker gonna be the MVP at season's end?
Bruh, this
but
dude right now is on pace
in 7th game.
Average a triple-double.
Okay, so I'm doing the math right there. So 3 plus 9 is 44. Oh my God.
No. I mean, listen to this. Over 8 days, right? He had a 55-point game, a 33, 15, and 16 game,
Whoa. Back up. Slow the camels and the donkeys down for 1 minute here. Don't mention his 55-point game without mentioning the other things. What else did he have along with that 55-point game?
12 rebounds, and at least that I'm aware of immediately. But again, 55 and 12 is enough said. I don't care if he didn't pass the ball. He probably, which I know he did.
Well, you're reading it. It should be right there.
No. I have over the culmination of that span.
Okay. Got you. Okay, go ahead. Give me the culmination.
So again, in another game, he posted 33, 15, and 16. And then he also scored 26 points without attempting a free throw. Take that, SGA. Free throw merchant.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't penalize SGA. Don't do that. Absolutely not. We won't do that.
But in fairness, he's shooting 67% for the season.
Who?
And leads the league in rebounds and assists. So to your point, what did he do plus the 55? Well, he leads the league in those other categories.
Joker does.
Correct.
Okay, and you're telling me again, should that him being who he is, and that stays the course, and they run into
OKC. Let's drop a cherry made of concrete on this.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
He's averaging a triple-double.
So should that stay the course and they run into OKC again in the Western Conference Finals? You're telling me, because what it sounds like to me is that with, who was it? Porter?
Who's now in Brooklyn.
But that year they won a championship. Joker was probably right in the same ballpark as he is now.
Correct. That was the 1920 year, but that was one of his first MVPs, I want to say.
Okay. And his staff or the surrounding cast is better now than it was then, right?
Yeah, I would say it's not only comparable, it would be better, yes.
Okay. All right. And you saying again, should they run in the SGA in the Western Conference Finals? And they went 7 with him with, SpongeBob and Patrick. I'm just saying.
Well, that's the thing. Again, we talk about motivation, and it's not like, I actually applauded OKC because they played like 6 games in 7 days to start the season. Like the NBA.
Oh, boo-hoo. Whoop-de-doo. That used to be a norm in 1980. Oh, well, stop it.
Going with it was that they were doing it without a lot of their, in some cases, some starters. And they were missing about 4 or 5 players.
Hey, listen, as much load management as these guys do nowadays, that's the trade-off for back-to-back. You should be well rested.
But that's why I was applauding guys like AJ Mitchell, who to me seized a role in that offense. What I really appreciate most, you talk about depth, was OKC's depth. From what I was watching them all 6 of those 7 games.
No, OKC good. They really good, but you can't penalize. That's what I was saying earlier. You can't penalize Shy for utilizing space on the floor offensively that most guys see as taboo. All he doing is getting to the free throw line. He one dribble, cross left, the pick and roll high, low, it don't matter. Once he get around that free throw area, he pulling up for a mid-range jump shot. He doing the same thing Rip Hamilton did, except not necessarily having to play without the ball to do it. You get what I'm trying to say? Rip was that anywhere around that free throw line and right in that area right there, man, coming off them sharp curls like Reggie Miller. That was Rip's specialty. Mm-hmm. And how often is the key when you look at Shy? This is a throwback thing moment for me with him. How often are his shots contested? Easy buckets. It's not hard, man. But for some reason, somebody done read something next gen and say, oh, because Steph shooting 95 times a game, I got to do it too. Hello, Seth Curry. Have a seat, okay? Have a seat. I'm just saying. Everybody can't be Steph, bro. Okay?
So to your point also is, what a takeaway of mine that I've noticed is that they've been in such control of these games I remember I told you how irritated I was with certain teams that are going on a back-to-back that they would rest if they were down 20 some of their starters.
Yeah.
And so one of the takeaways with OKC is that they were up by so much that he didn't play, and I want to say in about half
He
of the
who?
games
Shy?
that I saw. That
Shy?
fourth quarter. Yeah. So like his stats actually are not truly a reflection of what they could be or what they actually are. It's more of what they can be. It leads to the mind to, and how does that change throughout the season? Because the team itself is so good. And as I kind of mentioned before, when you have a younger kid who's showing superstar potential like AJ Mitchell is, in my opinion, right? That's my own personal takeaway. So before everybody else jumps on board or you hear it somewhere else, you know who told it to you first. I'm celebrating this kid. He's the reason why some of these other guys can load manage. That's the difference here, right? It's not, oh, here's, SpongeBob and Patrick that come into the game and then they lose by 40, or they need SGA to do what K did, which is shoot 1,000 times. He's still shooting.
Oh, wow.
And instead, no, we have someone that can actually.
So Double J, wait a minute here. Are you not satisfied with the direction that the Pistons are going under JB? Because he didn't do it here in CC.
Homie back, first of all.
Who's homie? Monty Williams?
The gambling.
Who
was cleared. Enough's enough. All right.
Oh, well, he'll be back. Just settle down.
I want him in there, right? Some of these other guys, I'm kind of disappointed in the stretch run over these 3 games because I think that is their ceiling with that particular group. We've seen them go ice cold with Tobias Harris and some of these other guys.
Tobias Harris ain't there no more, is he?
No, he's still there, unfortunately.
He's still there? Oh. Don't look like
I didn't want him back. I'll be honest. That's fine. It is what it is.
It don't look like it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I like that, yes, Jaden Ivey is going to come back. I like that they don't have to rush him back. That, yes, technically they should get better with him. But some of those other pieces that have been getting a decent amount of minutes that, yes, are making the most of it right now.
Yeah.
I don't believe come April that's who you can win with. No, I do not.
Why? If you look, once again, I ask people who watch NBA games currently to please do me 2 favors. One, when you're watching the game, do so without the sound. 2, once you watch a game without the sound, then you'll have a better or see with clarity a perspective that you don't get with the distractions of the announcers and the crowd and so on and so forth. And then ask yourself, with the style of play, why can't the Pistons currently continue to do what it is that they're doing? There's nobody in the East that's a threat offensively, really. I mean, like no juggernaut. Nobody has really separated themselves. I do like Atlanta, but I got to watch a couple. That one game I saw. Who is this?
Okay, I'll get to it right now, but go ahead.
Go ahead. We got a fantasy question.
So we're good.
What'd you say?
I got to look it up, but continue.
Okay, got you. There's nobody in the Eastern Conference right now in the NBA that I've watched so far. And I only saw Atlanta once, so I got to watch them a few more times. But I saw enough from the first time to make me want to tune in some more. All right, so the jury's still out. I'll reserve that judgment for a little bit down the line.
Barbershop Jay, you have to explain to me and the people. You owe them this explanation.
For what?
When Cleveland has a record of 13-2 spanning multiple years versus the Pistons, can you write them off in the manner that you're doing?
For the same reason I could say that about when the Cavs played the Bulls and Michael Jordan ended up beating the Cavs that year that the Cavs swept the Bulls 6 straight times when it was the NBA Central. I'm trying to tell you right now, the year that the Chicago sports writers and the Cleveland sports writers and sports writers around the world with no social media or no doggone, going viral moments, everybody picked the Cavs to beat the Bulls that year in the playoffs because with Michael Jordan, the Cavs mollywopped the Bulls 6 straight times in the regular season. And then come the playoffs, Mike, and this is Mike that wasn't Mike yet. This ain't the Mike that everybody knew who they was buying his shoes, that they had his shoes as a must-have yet. Okay? So I'm trying to tell you. And then Mike had to be Herculean, and he went to another level. That's why he was doing the all of that at the end when he hit that shot. It was all of that. I told you, mother. I told. That's what that was. I'm trying to tell you. I've seen it happen before. Okay. I don't care what the Pistons did or didn't do against the Cavs in previous years or within the last two. One thing is for certain when it comes to the Cavs. What they do in the regular season is irrelevant. We've seen them do that the last 2 years, and we've seen them what happened when they get to the playoffs. No, nothing in the regular season translates.
Because Brunson takes over against them?
No, it's because, listen, bro, this is not the same Pistons team of a year ago. This Pistons team, I see one common denominator with this Pistons squad that I didn't see last year. Despite the talent, they are tougher. That's what the Eastern Conference used to be about and what's missing right now. And it's why the Cavs keep getting, come on, bro. We watched the game earlier this year with the New York Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns bullied Mobley and Jared Allen up underneath the stanchion. That's the Cavs problem in the playoffs. You don't have 82 games, okay? The playoffs shrink. You got 7 games to be tougher than the other guy. And that's usually the outcomes be in the favor of the other teams more often than they do the Cavs, because it just comes down to who won it more and who tougher. Because let's be honest with right now. If you look at the Cavs rebounding, for instance, I don't know the exact numbers, but whatever the Cavs record is, let's say it's 7-4, 8-4, something like that. I don't know the exact number. Might be 9-5 or something like that. The rebounding in wins and losses is concerning. You got Mobley and Allen, and it's almost the Cavs, and when it comes to rebounding, it look almost like the Alabama. Who did Alabama lost to Oklahoma today? Mm-hmm. Alabama outscored Oklahoma. I mean, not outscored. Alabama out Oklahoma, and all Oklahoma's category Oklahomians. I don't even know if that's a thing. It just was rolling. Okay. They had more yards, they had more first downs, they had more third down, all of that, but they didn't have more points. Explain. That's what I'm trying to say, man. Explain how the Cavs are winning games, but what I'm looking at more closely is them rebounding numbers. They don't look good, bro, for a team that's winning or a team that's supposed to be arguably the best in the East by default, if nothing else. Because let's say Halliburton is not hurt. Are the Cavs still a East favorite?
Absolutely not.
That's my point exactly on the exactamundo. Exactamundo. That's the point right there. That's the point right there. We'll get to some of your fantasy stuff here shortly.
I'm going to it's a tough week for all three of those guys. Kyron Williams, again, just quickly, the Hawks are allowing, they're 31st against the run. Cleveland's allowed 3 rushing touchdowns all season, and Derrick Henry had 23 yards against them last week. Judkins, on the other hand, you remember outside of the week 8 that he left with that shoulder injury, he's had 18 plus carries in 5 of those games. So I will say this: Judkins is the auto start because Baltimore's been a little bit more vulnerable to the run. I would say because Cleveland is so bad offensively, I could see Derrick Henry having a tough day, but possibly sneaking into the end zone, largely because there's a quarterback that should be a DoorDash driver currently.
Why would Derrick Henry have trouble getting into the end zone? Because the Browns quarterback is a DoorDash driver.
Well, if you can't move the ball, then they're just simply probability due to number of attempts.
Man, Derrick Henry going to run roughshod over the Browns.
No, he had 23 yards when they played.
Yeah, he had 23 yards when they played. The Ravens are in the thick of it right now. They were 1-99, and they had to fight their way back into division contention, which is what they've done. And I'm telling you right now, Derrick Henry finna run roughshod, son. I'm just letting you know. Okay?
See, he's not biased entirely. I'm going off of data.
Okay. I'm not biased. Well, how am I biased? And I'm supposed to be a Browns fan. I'm in Cleveland. Who am I biased for? The Baltimore Browns? Man, please. That was then. This is now.
There it is. That's been the truth all along.
Oh, boy. That was then. This is now. And I'm going to tell y'all right quick. My NBA MVP pick for this year, should everything stay the course as it is right now, It's going to come down. I think it's going to be Luka.
It's going to be close. If you look at his numbers, they got to move LeBron, right? It's as simple as that.
That's why I'm saying it's going to be Luka. Let Luka get the Lakers to the playoffs, and they do in the playoffs, not get bounced in the first round like Bron had been getting bounced. Oh, boy. Nico Harrison, where are you? Yeah.
Mark Cuban is officially back making decisions.
Of course.
There.
Well, we know that. I knew that
So
didn't take
do
long.
you see a team like the Lakers moving either LeBron or Austin Reeves?
Hey, if they move Austin Reeves, that's dumb.
I don't love the pairing of those two.
Well, listen, whose fault is that?
He's proved enough to me when I watched him in without LeBron and Luka.
Well, I mean, the Mavericks
And
are
Jake
talking about
LaRavia, if he could be a little bit more consistent, it could very well be a starter in the league to some extent as well, or certainly maybe a sixth man.
So what do you do? Send Anthony Davis back to the Lakers?
No, I'm asking more so what they have Ayton and they have Jackson Hayes.
Oh,
right?
please. Yeah, Ayton.
Rui
always
has been pretty consistent, but
he ain't been Obi Toppin consistent, and Ayton is always aching.
Obi Toppin's like almost out. I think he's out for season, or at least he had surgery.
All right. Well, I mean, just saying, it's unfortunate, but even talking about when I was watching it, okay, when the tape was in, I'm just saying.
So you got some big names that should be.
Send Klay Thompson and Anthony Davis back to the Lakers and give the Mavericks Austin Reeves and watch it work.
Oh, are you crazy? They're going to Nico you.
Well, I'm just saying. Anthony, you talking about Anthony Band-Aid?
No, I don't want him either.
Well, you're not a Laker. Are you a Laker?
I want Kyrie Irving.
What you mean? They're not giving up Kyrie.
Why not?
What you mean? Man, Mark Cuban is crazy, but he ain't crazy.
For Austin Reeves in a season that clearly has gone astray, you're completely starting over because you have a mess.
Bruh, I can't recall the year, but
you can dump some, not only just
you don't give up, this is the NBA. This is the NBA, bro.
Don't forget who owns the team. Not so much him anymore. They're just gonna remind you of that. Just think a little bit outside of the box. It's nothing to do with basketball.
Well, if Mark Cuban is making personnel moves, I don't think he no. Man, the Mavericks could win. When is Kyrie supposed to come back? Sooner rather than later?
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, if he come back before the All-Star break, man, and the Mavericks are somewhere in the conversation, man, please. Because let's be real, man. The NBA season, the first half of an NBA season is just something to have a few pieces of popcorn with. And, you get a few popcorn moments. Oh, ooh, ah. But the games really don't jump off until after the All-Star break. We'll see who's tired after this World versus USA format. You know what I mean? Why they got to have two U.S. teams versus one international team? Yeah, because of Giannis probably. Because Giannis gonna wear somebody out.
But just to confirm, I say Judkins and Kyrie. Now you got me doing that. Kyron Williams.
Okay.
I don't like the Derrick Henry matchup. Even with no Justice Hill, he's just not involved in the pass game enough for me. I didn't ask if it was PPR or not, but to your point, there's going to be some serious movement here this trade deadline, and I think that's why the league is kind of thriving again. To Adam Silver's chagrin for it being mid-market driven. So you've got Trae Young that should be on the move, right? Based on what you watched.
Do you really think Atlanta going to get rid of him, though?
Can you win with him or not?
Yeah, Trae is a dynamo, but he don't really do nothing to elevate the whole team.
That's my problem. I agree with you.
He don't do nothing to elevate the whole team.
The Brooklyn Nets possibly moving. You could move for Michael Porter, maybe some picks.
No, I don't want Michael Porter at this point. He a machine gun too.
That's true.
He got the green light, and it's a school bus right there with the flashing symbols to say.
So then we kind of go broader and you start thinking 3-team trade.
Well, then who?
John Morant. Anybody off of the Pelicans?
I'd have to see who.
Potentially a handful of Mavericks like we've talked about.
I'm disappointed in Ja. That draft class in particular, well, him and Zion being at the top of it, basically, that is disappointing right now. Like Ja's electrifying and all that, you know, the dunks and the spin moves around the basket, right? Whatever it is. But does he? That's what when I look at guys who's supposed to be that guy. Okay, you can get away with that first year or maybe your second year being that guy. Okay, so you can build your cachet if you would. Then at some point you gotta say, okay, like this different situation, but the premise is the same. I've seen some NFL quarterbacks like John Elway for once did it. He said, I got tired of getting the Super Bowls and taking L's. So I'll take less money type of deal. You know what I mean? To go get me a McCaffrey, a Rod Smith, a Ed McCaffrey, Shannon Sharp, and a Terrell Davis. Now I'm hitting you. Now I ain't the only weapon. You know what I'm saying? There's 4 other dudes y'all got to deal with, including me. You know what I'm trying, you see?
So again, I'm going to throw more names out here, right? Because when you talk about teams, we've already had a firing with New Orleans, with Willie Green, Detroit guy.
Yeah, it was time. It was time.
Dallas obviously is a 3-win team. Sacramento has Levine, DeRozan, and Westbrook.
They got who? Ho, say it again.
So the 4 that would be on the block for me. Actually, I'll go all 5. We'll
Okay.
go Sabonis,
Ooh.
DeRozan, Levine, Schroeder, and then Westbrook.
Real spit. Sabonis is he
would be the crown jewel of that.
Yeah. He the steak. He the T-bone steak out of that group. For real. No disrespect to DeRozan. But I can't even see at this point, man, is DeRozan really even a complimentary piece?
They rebuilt what they had in Chicago with those two. I don't think they fit together. They never did. That's why I was very anti against the move. They were trying to get Levine to Detroit and DeRozan to Detroit at one point in time. And I was telling the front office no. Whether they wanted to hear me in passing or not, they had to. And so thankfully that's, we've seen the results of it. So
they don't complement each other well.
Now you have 2 more teams, right? You have the Bro Rich's Clippers.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Yeah, he's not the only one. You remember the guy used to do Ask the GM, Ricardo Stafford?
Yeah.
He a big Clippers fan. Oh, I've been telling him every time I see him, I say, bro, the Clippers ain't going nowhere. They messed up.
Dude, why? I want you to ask him, why did they let Norman Powell go?
Oh, wait, that's right. Norman Powell, is he? Well, hey, whoa.
Miami now.
Oh, yeah. For the same reason.
Dude.
I forgot. Yep, I forgot about that till you just said that. For the same reason they didn't keep Shy. That's why I said, listen, I said, Khalil, forget all of the metrics. If you put the tape on of Shy at Kentucky and Paul George at any point in the NBA, and dollar for dollar, talent for talent, move for move, moment for moment, just the tape, the eye test. Who and how, if you in the Clippers organization, let him get out the building for Paul Putrid George?
Paul George before the first knee surgery when he did the dunk in the practice that he hurt himself, maybe. But otherwise, I completely agree, and that might be. I sent that in the Discord. I think that deserves to be potentially one of the worst trades in NBA history, certainly of this millennia.
Yeah.
Agree, disagree?
I don't disagree.
Now, do you
also
one of the
other ones that you had that was
we
on
have
that
a segment on the turnbuckle called Tell Me You Did Not Just Say That, and I'd like to incorporate that now because you brought his name up.
Okay.
Paul George, in reference to Miles Turner being booed in his return to Indiana, Paul George said, and they have not retired my jersey yet.
He didn't say that out loud. He couldn't have said that out loud. He didn't say that. That's AI. And I'm not talking about Iverson. Okay? That's AI. Man, see, this is what I mean. A false sense of entitlement. You sit up here. What did he really do? What did he do for him think that jersey should be retired? What did he really do?
He did say this. This was confirmed. It was not AI.
Okay, well, it ain't got to be AI for it to be AI. AI. You know what I'm saying? What did he do in Indiana for his jersey to be retired?
Made the playoffs a couple times.
Yeah,
I mean those early years with
Roy Hibbert and them. Oh man,
there.
Lance Stevenson.
Yeah.
Okay, and they didn't bring back
Double J in the tunnel.
That's fine, but they didn't bring back no memories of the 94, 90, 96, 97 Pacers.
No, there was no Rick Smits. Or,
no, none. No Flying Dutchman. Who got a nickname? Who had a nickname? Well, Paul George did. It was Putrid P. That's what it was. Man, boy,
Dale
it was
Davis.
Hot. Whoa, Baron Davis.
Dale Davis.
Oh, Dale. And Antonio.
That's right.
And Travis Best.
Well, no, not with that group, but yeah, he was with that group.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Travis Best was with that group. What you talking? Well, not the. No.
He went to the finals that year.
Yeah, but that was the 01 Pacers, wasn't it? No. That was Iverson in 01.
96, 97.
Yeah, but I want to say Jalen Rose was Jalen Rose on that team too?
Yes.
Was he? All I know is the Knicks and the Pacers played 2 series back-to-back years and went to game 7s. Right? But Travis Best wasn't on that squad, was he?
He played in the 2000 finals.
The 2000. That's right. The 2000 finals against the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the 97. Was it 96, 97 or 97, 98? It might have been 94 and then came back in 97. I know it was 2. What you got it?
No, he played for 6 seasons there from 96 to 01.
Oh, did he? Okay, so he was there.
Yep.
Yeah, he was there. Okay. Dale Davis, Antonio Davis. Was McKee there? Derek McKee?
Aaron McKee.
No. Aaron McKee was with Philly.
Oh, yeah, it was Philly. Yep.
Derek McKee. And then who was the number 44? White guy. I can't think his name.
Which year?
97.
97 Pacers. Let's see.
Yeah, give me
Larry Bird's team, coaching.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Bird was coaching them. Yep.
And you said in the 40s, Mark Pope? No, Austin Crocier.
Austin Crocier. Yeah, matter of fact, you still got the roster in front of you. Give me the rundown.
Yep.
Yeah, who's the
Fred Hoiberg was on that team.
Fred Hoiberg, that's right. Hoy boy. Yeah, who else was on that squad?
Mark Jackson, of course.
Yes.
Both Davises were there.
Yeah.
Travis Best was there. That was probably kind of one of the newer additions to the team.
Yep.
Chris Mullin was still kicking.
Oh, yep. Mullins, yep.
And then, like we mentioned, Rose, Smits, and Mark West.
Oh, that's right. Mark West was on that squad. Travis Best was nice at Georgia Tech, too, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, man. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. It's just it's different. It's just different, bro.
Did you see that time? So, okay, wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. Because we just went like 12 deep, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you see the issue that I'm having with some of these teams when you talk about can you win? Because when we talk about winning, 12 deep was not good enough.
But that's who you go. But listen, you had to go up again. Listen, bruh. 12 deep was not good enough then, because I keep telling people, don't just compare stats, points per games and all that. You got to compare the circumstances. Do you know the league was far tougher back then in terms of the style of play? Every possession mattered. EPM is what I call it. There were very rarely were there wasted offensive possessions. You had to earn everything. Defenses played extended, almost similar to, not all the time, but there were shades more often than not, like Nolan Richardson's Razorbacks, when they coined it 40 minutes of hell. The way they press you from end to end. Even the second unit, press. Defenses played more in the back court than they allowed the offense to get to the front court before, you know what I'm trying to say, before they started addressing them. So
we need to come up with an algorithm with the math to that. because I actually believe exactly what you're saying, and I love hearing that, but I would like to see how we could quantify it.
I don't know. I just know you have to factor in the circumstances. Do you understand? You couldn't come off of a screen. Reggie Miller had to earn coming off of screens. When he used to come from up top and then run down and come up that down screen, come back, he got hit 76 times before he came off that curl.
Right. Now you're talking about a 5-out system that if you had plays, you couldn't flip them because people wouldn't know what to do.
That's why, what did Shaq say? The triangle without Michael Jordan is just a box or something crazy. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? That's the reason why these things don't work nowadays, because everybody is shooting for percentages. There's no rhyme or reason. You cannot sit through an NBA game from start to finish and not feel antsy.
Oh, I do all the time. Yeah.
All the time.
It's not anxiety.
All the time. Bruh, I'm not saying mine is better. I'm just saying weigh both times in their entireties and not just piecemeal it. Bruh, we did not move. Once the game came on, we didn't move because you didn't know who was going to win. Nobody had any idea that, even though Mike was Mike, not all the way Mike yet, because he hadn't played. To tell you the truth, Mike was coming along. That's 63 in Boston. We was like, oh, okay. But it was really that finals against the Lakers when he came down and then switched hands and all. We was like, oh, he's here. He had arrived. You know what I'm saying? But we really didn't know him. So the Cavs had caught Mike when Mike wasn't really Mike yet. You know what I'm saying? Mike had to snatch some teeth out to get that win and hit that shot. That's why Craig Elo just fell out on the floor.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Craig Elo. He passed out on the floor. And Ron Hart was like, yeah, I should have been guarding him. But oh, well.
Now,
you know
don't forget your racing buddy had a series to forget, too.
Who? Hot Rod? Oh, you talking about Brad Doherty?
Yep.
Oh, man, yeah, we can really go.
No, I'm going to throw that in there because I think he doesn't get enough distance. Look, I like the guy. I like him a lot. Love him. What he contributes racing wise.
Yeah. He got outplayed by Bill Cartwright in that series.
And that is not stated enough about that series in particular.
Yeah, he got outplayed big time. But most people, they remember the shot.
Correct.
Or whatever Mike did. And that's, you know what I mean? That's my whole line about signature players and signature plays, signature moments, and signature game. Because you don't remember nothing else about that series unless you were there at Ridgefield and all of that. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I mean, come on now. I mean, it is what it is. But anyway, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to get into some of this NFL Week 11 pick'ems and then Double J's fantasy starts and sit-ems and whatnot. But I'm telling you right now, again, don't be surprised if Luka wins this year's NBA MVP.
Get better shot selection.
Who got to get better shot selection?
Luka. They're contested, unlike SGA. To your point, now I'll let you go to break, man. But I'm just throwing that out there. I watched the guy. It feels like every time that he's gotten, it's almost like he's asking for that.
Well, basketball 101, we were always taught from the park to the parquet and all points in between. Get the defender out of the picture. I want an unobstructed view before I make a left turn. Okay? You can't make a left turn on Main Street and there's a semi coming down South Bend. Okay? Yeah, you might have a motorcycle with a bad front end. I'm just saying. We're going to take another break. We come right back. Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. Don't look at me. I'm just here for the peanuts.
I'm Jordan Gudeman, and I'm the founder and CEO of Eddie G's Cookies. I was first diagnosed with a nut allergy when I was young. At the time, there weren't a lot of labeled items that said if there may contain nuts or there are nuts in the food, so my brother and sister and I baked a lot at home, and we enjoyed treats from mixes and things like that, but I noticed that it was not the same as what my friends were enjoying, and I started making up my own recipes. When it was time to pick a career, I decided to start a bakery so I could share my treats with everybody else. When I started creating my recipe, I was taking in all the things that I thought I was missing out on. A soft, chewy center, a crisp outside crust, and a taste that is just like it came out of the oven at a bakery. When I put all those things together, I had come up with a recipe for a dream cookie. Eddie G's Cookies only uses the finest ingredients. We have all natural flavorings, no preservatives, and every cookie is made in a nut-free environment. The best part about Eddie G's Cookies is that they can be delivered right to your door. You can share them or not. We won't tell.
All right, we are back. That's right. Eddie G's Cookies. You can go to Amazon.com and order yours today. Or, of course, EddieG'sCookies.com and tell them the BSJ sent you. Them snickerdoodles, them boys, you understand me? Be banging. Double J, can we get another round of college football updates, score updates right quick before we get into this NFL Pick'em Week 11?
Absolutely. Right now, with 3 minutes remaining, Georgia is going to be victorious here.
Well, you know, wait a minute.
35 to 10.
Oh, 35 to what happened?
Yeah, 35-10 is likely to be your final here.
Well, I know Texas got a rule. They shouldn't have went to the SEC. And UCLA and USC shouldn't be in the Big Ten.
Yeah, early start here in the first, but BYU, of course, at home is rolling versus TCU up 10-0. Now it's gone final. Ohio State won 48-10 over UCLA. Number 2, Indiana did beat Wisconsin 31-7. And Texas A&M stormed back against South Carolina. In that officer should be unemployed.
Yes, he should. You don't ever. That was intentional, I believe. But
yeah, you don't throw your shoulders. Like
yeah.
that.
But right quick, bruh, this is why I say follow the money. Okay. In the Texas A&M game, all right, and it was another game in the NFL. The Packers just lost to who? This is why I say no sporting event is completely left up to chance. There are moments that I know people say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist." No, if you open your eyes and really see, it's just no way you cannot see that somehow, some way it just seems suspect. That's all I'm saying to you. Who did the Packers just? Yeah, it's suspect because I'm meant to mention that. Who did the Packers lose to this go round? Who they lose to?
That wasn't it?
The Eagles.
Yeah,
the Eagles.
Right.
Okay, I want anybody that's NFL in the NFL games and fantasy and all that old fantasy. Duh. Yeah, right. Go back and look at that play from the backside when Josh Jacobs comes up the middle as if he's going to pick up a blitzer. And it was a middle screen. And you heard Troy Aikman even say, why would he turn towards it was 2 Eagles linebackers right there. Why not turn left out towards the flat? As long as you've been playing football. My Khalil was like, Dad, but I said, that's the only play I need to see, man. That is suspect. And if you look closely, you'll see a yellow envelope fall out of Josh Jacobs' waistline, whatever, utility belt, whatever it was. It was fat, too. It was fat. Because there's no way in the world, bruh. Because when Jordan Love let the pass go, the way Josh Jacobs turned, he had to reach behind him. But if you had turned in the direction that the pass was going, it would have been out in front of you. It just suspect to me. And then in the Texas A&M game, were they not at the 1 yard line? At the 1 yard line. At the 1 yard line. And you use a running back to throw a backward pass?
It
Bruh,
seemed like this was the week of the weird comebacks.
Bruh, weird nothing. That's suspect. Come on, man. Come on. How do you not go? Okay. All right. I'm not anyway, let's get that's why I keep my money in my pocket. It's been 57 years.
I've told you and I've told Gully there's certain things that you just won't see me touch. And nope.
I'm trying to tell you.
Very same reason that you're explaining now.
Bruh. And then I was just at the barbershop before I came here and we were discussing it. Oh man, coaches just outsmart themselves. I said, yeah, that's what it's like on the sir. You can call it that on the headlines. Okay, but I'm reading fine print. That was some moonshine Smith. Okay. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Hey, listen. Hey, man, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me and you and us and we and them and all and everybody, all of us. Yes, come together.
That was real convenient.
Bruh, on the 1 yard line, and they use a running back. Did you see that play? Bruh, it was so outlandish that it's like, who? Bruh, I'm telling you, there's a lot of yellow envelopes. That's why that officer bumped into that guy, because he just lost his envelope.
Right. Hey, it was so funny because once I saw that happen, I'm like, this game's gonna flip.
Yeah, of course.
This game's gonna completely flip.
I
knew it then. Look, I didn't touch it, right? As I've explained.
I'm just saying.
No, I saw that coming. Michigan's North, walk off versus Northwestern.
I saw that, yeah.
Iowa, can't do anything offensively the entire second half. Saw that one coming. Georgia Tech needing a fourth quarter miracle.
Yep.
It was like either it was a blowout city or you needed some second half to completely go the opposite way.
Yeah. Some second half smelling sauce. Cut me in or cut it out, Ira. Okay. Just trying to tell you. Anyway, let's get to some of these pick'ems right quick. Just suspect. Follow the money. Okay. Hey, for all my bettors out there, again, these picks that we about to come here and do right quick, please don't make none of your betting selections off my selections, because you'll be sitting in not the cheering section. Let me just say it like that. If you want to make any bets off my picks, please do so on your own and let it be for who is and who ain't playing, the actives or the inactives. But I'm trying to tell you again, follow the money. All right. And if you want to just throw your money away, you can throw it here to us at the Shop Report. You can email us to shopreport365@gmail.com. And we will make more use out of your money.
You as a sponsor, absolutely.
I'm trying to tell you, if you want to sponsor the show, do that. You'll get more out of it. You'll get more bang for your buck than the bucks that ain't banging.
That is the fastest way to get your questions in front of the line.
That's the fastest way. All right, let's get to some of these Week 11 NFL pick'ems. Drum roll, please. Double J, I need you to handle the comments while I enlarge the screen so I can see better, even though I got on glass. Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. Little music from Shaft. That's Shaft 2000 or Richard Roundtree. Anyway, it's not for me. Whoa, slow down there. What the Commanders at the Dolphins? We don't know. You don't even know. Yeah, no matchup analysis. I didn't. No, hold it. Slow down there. Slow down. Is Jaden Daniels playing? That's what I need to know.
No.
Give me the Dolphins and give us your fantasy starters and sit-ems for the Commanders and both the Dolphins.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to kind of kick things off here.
Yep, give me the Dolphins though as my pick.
Oh, right.
Yep, give me the Dolphins.
Between screens here.
All right.
Went back to the show screen.
All right. Whoa, okay, there we go. Shout out to the Dolphins. You understand me? The Fins, baby. And your fantasy starters and sit-ems for both the Dolphins and the Commanders?
Jalen Waddle must start. And then same with the running back. The teams, since the injury to Jaden Daniels, have been able to do basically whatever they want offensively. Miami has gotten what they were looking for from as far as an answer about about Waddle in particular. As far as can he be a number one? Answer was resounding yes. So both Achane and Waddle must starts, and potentially super flex leagues you could potentially plug Tua in there also.
Panthers at the Falcons. Now this, let me well, before you show me the line, I want to say 4.5, maybe 5 even.
Interesting. You're close. It was 3.5.
Okay. Who getting the points?
Atlanta.
Is Dowdell healthy?
He was questionable, but he's going to play.
Man, the Falcons are such.
Can I tell you one stat about him currently? Since he started playing with them, like getting reps over the last handful of weeks, he is second only to Jonathan Taylor in terms of production.
You think Jonathan Taylor? You think if Jonathan Taylor stays the course, you think he win MVP this year?
So was it you and I that did it, or was it Gully and I? We went through.
I have no idea.
Potentially, no, it was Gully and I actually.
Yeah,
we were
I'm about to
off the
say,
air.
yeah, don't stop using my memory as a reference point.
Right.
My God.
So we were actually looking at where he's not getting any favors with the Colts aren't with their defenses that they'll see the rest of the year. But basically we figured he would fall somewhere right around between the 1,800 to 2,000 yards. And unless he happens to have a similar game that he's had a few times this season, but just kind of lowballing it, he potentially would finish somewhere between 16 and 20 all time.
I don't know, man. Jonathan Taylor, man, it's tough. Well, I always been of the mindset and the philosophy that I don't care who the quarterback is. A good running game, if the run game you got is a threat, then that makes the quarterback's job a whole lot easier. All right. And John Elway is going to always be my example in that case. We knew what John was. If you saw John Elway at Stanford, you knew. You just knew he was going to be something in the NFL. And he showed you that by taking them Broncos team. I ain't going to say they was bums, but by NFL standards, them guys wasn't no Hall of Famers, and he was taking them to the Super Bowl just about every year. He beat the Browns 3 times in the AFC Championship. But it wasn't until Terrell Davis emerged that, the Broncos was able to break through. And then ask Troy Aikman what it was like them first 2 games of that. What was that, the 1993 season when Jerry just act like he didn't want to pay Emmitt Smith? Yeah, and they went 0-2. So don't tell me, ask Jim Kelly what not having Thurman Thomas life would have been like. And he had James Lofton and Andre Reed. Okay, so listen, you can have all that other stuff, but you need a good run game, bro. Ask Mark Brunell what it was like having Fred Taylor with Jimmy Smith and Keenan McCardle.
Right. And so to your point, so what Uncle Rico, as many call him, has done over the last 2 weeks, combined 43 rushes for 183 yards and 3 tutties. And now he's going again, speaking of Jonathan Taylor, a front 7 that allowed 32 for 244 and 3 to Jonathan Taylor last week.
Yeah, but what's the Panthers road record?
Not very good.
Yeah, give me the Falcons. But I'm begrudgingly. And your fantasy starters and situms? Or did you already say who?
No, definitely must start as Rico Dowdle is kind of we were indicating. I would say Tet McMillan. He's getting kind of a first read rate that has had a kind of a recent spike. Atlanta's going to be without both corners, D. Alford and Mike Hughes. And AJ Terrell is Football Focus is number 69th overall corner. And Billy Bowman is number 89. And both have been terrible, and the other replacement was Keith Taylor, and he allowed, combined 80 total coverage snaps over the last 3 years prior. So basically it's a plus spot for Tet McMillan if you have him. Bijan is going to have some tougher sledding. I would say that. So just for me, I would still have the green light on guys like Drake London. I would even Darnell Mooney as maybe a flex. He did have an 8-target outing, but I would kind of shy away from him personally. Kyle Pitts, on the other hand, is a flex play. I would agree with. The Panthers are top 5 in receiving yards allowed to the tight end. And so, again, forget what happened last week against the Colts. But so for sure, Drake London, Rico Dowdle, yes to Tet McMillan as a flex play, and certainly Kyle Pitts if you need him with some guys on bye weeks as well.
All right. Buccaneers at the Bills. Now, I do want to see the matchup analysis. Show me the matchup analysis.
Absolutely.
Oh, It opened at -5.5, but it's now at 6.
Yeah.
Somebody who's not playing for Buffalo and who's not playing for Tampa Bay?
So right now, Bucky Irving is out for Tampa still. It should be something to keep in mind, for those on the fantasy side, is Rachaad White and Sean Tucker are kind of, they've been splitting the carries all year, but it was always Rachaad White first. There's been a little, because of his struggles, Sean Tucker started to eat a little bit away at that ratio there. So just kind of keep an eye on that. And then as far as others that are notable that it would be out, of course, Mike, I almost called it Michael Thomas. No, far from that. Mike Evans, of course, is still out.
Yeah, of course. All right, take me back to the main screen, please, and thank you. I'm a Baker Mayfield guy.
Well, Miami just whooped Buffalo. What's the concern here?
That's a AFC East. Miami always give Buffalo problems. Miami, even when Brady was with the Patriots, Miami always gave Buffalo and the Patriots problems. That's in the division. It is tough to pick division games despite records. I don't pay attention to records. Division games, especially rivals, it's a bad blood between the Dolphins and the Bills and the Dolphins and the Patriots, bro. Not even the Dolphins and the Jets. Well, to some degree. But Dolphins, Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, man, it's always I don't look at that game and weighing in this game. I'm just looking at the fact, man, that Mike Evans, because Ibuka probably a little banged up too. He had a hamstring issue, I think, last week or week before last.
Who, Ibuka? He's okay.
Ibuka, yeah. What did I say, Ibuka?
Yeah,
wow, really?
Mike Evans.
Wow.
I would say this, right? So when we're talking about matchup here, he's got a 75% perimeter rate, and he's got 30% without, as far as like the first option rate without Godwin and Evans. So he's got a schematic advantage against the Bills zone. And again, Buffalo in particular has been.
That's Buffalo, man. It's man, winning in Buffalo is not easy, man. I might have to. No, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna jump out the plane at 48,000 feet with no parachute. Go on, give me the Buccaneers in this one. Go ahead and give me the Bucks. And who are your fantasy starting sit-ems?
Absolutely. So again, talking about Emeka Egbuka, he is a must start. They've allowed, again, Buffalo to the number one receivers, 5 for 84 and a touchdown, 4 for 80, 7 for 99, and 10 for 158 and a touchdown against guys like Jalen Waddle, Rashee Rice, Ted McMillan, and Drake London. I also would kind of caution Tez Johnson a little bit, and then I would absolutely play Cade Otton here. He's averaging about 6 receptions per game. That's 10th most over the last since week 6 in particular, and certainly he's a volume play as well. Now Buffalo's missing Dalton Kincaid as well, just for the record.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with the Bucks on that one. We're gonna take another break. When we come back, we'll finish up our NFL Pick'ems week 11, and then Double J will, of course, continue to give you his fantasy stardoms and sit-ems. We'll be right back. Right, baby. Legacy Adventure Park, boy. Get your paintball on today, son, and tell them the BSJ sent you. Y'all better be glad I got bad wheels because I'll come up there and take everybody down and out for the count. You understand me? Anyway, let's get back to some of these picks. See, yeah, I took the Buccaneers. Chargers at the Jaguars. I'm telling you right now, the Jaguars are not trending upward. They're not. Okay, the sun is not shining in Jacksonville.
No,
right?
Travis Hunter is out for season.
Yeah, I know. And then, speaking of Travis Hunter, what's your take? Excuse me, right quick on him playing on both sides of the ball. He didn't play enough on they didn't play him enough on neither side for people to talk about he should just stick to one side. Why?
Well, I think for that reason, right, is that you didn't get enough of him on either or while doing both. That
Bro, he could. But this is football. People have act.
And now look, right, the experiment should be over because look what happened. He got hurt.
Bruh, football is not fantasy, not for real. He could have got whatever happened to him. Could have happened on it could have happened on a kick return. We see what happened to what's my man for the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill. Mm-hmm. All it takes is football, bro. Any type of leg twist the right way, wrong way, and it's all over that day. So people want to make it one side of the ball. It's a football, man. Every down, even though the rules ain't what, because I think I put a Facebook post up of Ron Jaworski got plastered. Did you see that? Okay. Took him about 5 weeks to get up. Okay. It's not the same, but even still, this is football, bro. The NFL. It's a grown man's league. Every down is like combat. Okay. Could have got hurt regardless. Every down is like combat. So him playing on this side of the ball and that side of the ball ain't had nothing to do with the little PCL or whatever it is. Bro, that's playing football, period. I don't care if he took 100 snaps or one snap times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5. It ain't the Pythagorean theorem. You understand me? Just saying. He could have got hurt, period. You know what I mean? Shoot. You can get hurt walking across the street nowadays and get ran over by a bus. All these people out here, school bus riding past, the school bus got the little stop sign out with the flashing light and folks still blowing through it like it's Indy 5000. Come on now. You can get hurt at any given moment. That ain't had nothing to do with him playing all the snaps, man. Stop. Don't pigeonhole him, man. If he multi-talented, then let him use his multi-talents. You understand me? I'm right. And all that being said, give me the Chargers.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to agree here with you on that for sure.
And the fantasy stardoms and situms.
Yeah. So right away, just to your point about, Jacksonville, they're struggling to create pressure on the defensive side of the ball. They're 22nd in pressure rate and 32nd in sack rate. So a huge advantage for Justin Herbert here. Perimeter matchup looks fantastic for Quentin Johnson. Look, I would never draft the guy or use him. I've just seen it. I tried it once and he goose egged me, and I've never forgiven him since. And so, I will say this matchup is in a positive light in spite of that. And he is averaging 15.4 fantasy points per game, which is wide receiver 9 since week 8. The guys he's going against are terrible. And one of them came from the Browns in particular.
Greg Newsome.
And also definitely liking Ladd McConkey's matchup, but not quite in the same touchdown way that I do.
Speaking of McConkey, is he in relation to Phil? Excuse me. Phil McConkey played in the Super Bowl with the Giants.
Let's see.
With Dave, Megan, and all of them guys.
They are not related.
They're not related? Wow. How ironic and uncanny is that? McConkey. That's not a name you hear. That's not a last name you hear every day. And to not be related, I don't know, man. I'm checking somebody's archives. I'm telling you. Blackstone, I need my records. Okay, I'm just saying, give me my records back. Give me the Chargers in that one. Jim and John Harbaugh and Justin Herbert. They lightweight on the road. The jury's still out on Herbert, though, to some degree. I guess you got to do it in the playoffs for folks to really take him serious. But, for the first time in a long time, the Chargers after 10 games, because they usually get either slow starts and pick it up at the end or got it going in the beginning and then fall off at the end. So right now they look like they kind of stay in the course, but that's more Harbaugh than it is anything else. Because Staley wasn't going to do that. I tell you that. Yeah, I'm glad I'm going with the Chargers. Scroll. Give me a scroll. Ooh, Bears at the Vikings. Ooh, let me see the matchup analysis. Whoa, good googly moog. Whew. And this one, it opened at 2.5. Woo-wee. Okay, take me back to the game. That over under is 49. Did I see that? That over under?
Yeah.
See that?
One more time for you.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Give me the Bears. I trust the Bears. I trust the Bears, even in Minnesota, more so than I do JJ McCarthy.
You know, to your point, for whatever reason, as you pointed out, you know, with others having people's numbers, that type of thing, Caleb Williams does surprisingly well against the Minnesota defense. Like it's just somewhat of an anomaly versus the type of defense that Minnesota runs. It literally is limited to them. Because again, the back end, Minnesota's playing a 2 high coverage shell, about 70%, which is the highest in all the entire league.
Is that Leslie Frazier? Is he still over there? He's a D-court. He's still defense coordinator over there still.
Oh, what is no. He used to be the coach of Miami. I thought it was Brian Flores.
Oh, is it Flores? Maybe so. I don't know, but he gonna have Flores. If it is, he gonna have to come up out of that because it's not working.
Coordinator for Minnesota confirmed.
Yeah. He gonna have to come up out of that 2 high shell. I thought he would have been done it by now, but who knows? Now,
it looks like to your to benefit you, both the Dunze and DJ Moore should be good to go.
Yeah. I'm staying with the Bears. Give me your starters and sit-ins for both squads.
Start Roma Dunze for sure. Again, we talked about kind of that 2 high safety look. But they play man about 30% of the time, and he's his target per route run is 32%. We see a little bit of a dip as well, but forget the bump of usage that we've seen from Luther Burden. Not buying into that. Players that I do like would be Justin Jefferson. He's, again, his catch rate with.
Yeah, but I like Addison. They don't go to Addison enough to me.
Well, check this out, right? With Addison, he's got a 46% catch rate with McCarthy and a 79% without him, which was Carson Wentz.
What?
See what I'm saying?
That's you didn't even have to tell me that. Okay, but now you just add numbers to why I don't trust McCarthy. I don't trust McCarthy.
Well,
Justin Jefferson's gonna get his. He's just that type of guy. You know what I mean? Sort of in that Megatron mode to an extent, or Larry Fitzgerald. Like no matter who they play with, they just that type of player. They're gonna get their numbers. You know what I mean? But it don't really, weigh nothing. In terms of team effort, so to speak.
But how do you feel about
not often enough anyway?
Justin Jefferson's catch rate or targets that were deemed catchable only being 61%.
So what are you saying? They're not going to him enough?
That they're trying to go to him, but barely above half of those are deemed catchable. Essentially saying his catch radius, right?
Right. I got you.
Which he's a freak athlete, mind you. It's not you or I.
So it's a lot of.
It almost seems like
a lot of errant throws, so to speak.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings in the quarterback market next year. Well, I don't know because McCarthy was hurt for a better portion early on in the season. So this may have to be his training wheel year.
Exactly. I think the Bears are going to try to push the tempo, and the Vikings are going to have to follow that. Again,
So I'll give McCarthy. I'll give him a pass this year because he wasn't. Who was the starter? It was Sam Darnold was there last year, so he was behind Darnold. And once Darnold got showed the door, McCarthy was pushed to the forefront. You know, so how much time has he really had with, you know, but Dalvin Cook is still there too, right?
No, it's Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones,
Jordan-
my bad.
Jordan
Yeah,
Mason,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get a little bit better. My bad. Aaron Jones. Yeah, they're gonna have to get a little bit better at the back. I don't know. I like this. This is his throwaway year, if you would. But even still, in this game, I like the Bears better than I do JJ McCarthy. We have to revisit this next year when these two get together. Packers at the Giants. I don't even need to see the matchup analysis. Rob Billy, if you're listening, like I said to you before, Jordan Love and this year's Packers are Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We don't know. You can't really pick the Packers to win games no more. Like, no, right now, really, you know, I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, you would think that the Packers, no question. Like, what's the spread?
Can I just make this easy for you? Oh, we do have a comment as well.
Oh, okay. Show me the comment there because I can't see it on my end with the way I got my screen going here.
Couples, this is from at Marl Owens.
Yep, Marl Owens.
Couple of start sit players for me in that game. Flex 2, Swift versus Minnesota, ETN versus the Chargers, Kamani Vidal versus Jacksonville, and Gadsden versus Jacksonville. So he can take 2, and it's a half-point PPR with an extra half-point bonus for tight ends. You know, interestingly enough, I'll come back to it. Go ahead. I'm going to get to it. Go ahead with what you're doing.
With my pick?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that I want to see the matchup analysis because before you show them to me, I bet you it's a lot closer than most people might think. And that's not because of the Giants, because they lost Cam Scatterboo, Bobby Skittles, and Bobby, what's his name?
Jackson Dart.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't care. Dart. Start. Oh, wow. Wow. The Packers, it opened at the Packers -7.5. Now is what, 7?
Correct.
Yeah. The over under is, yeah. So if I'm looking at this right, even the odds makers don't trust the Packers, really, do they?
Not really. You know, that really should be at least a 10-point total.
That's what I was thinking
Jameis
too.
Winston as the starter?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then I forgot about that. Yeah, give me the Packers because Jameis, right by default, Jameis, if he don't do nothing else, he's gonna keep both teams in the game. Yeah, this is famous Jameis weekend. You darn right, Detroit fan man weighing in again.
I don't know
baby.
if you guys saw his press conference. If you guys have time, go check it out. It was
I
fantastic.
saw part of it. He was like, "Yeah, ain't no folks like your folks, because my folks," and something else he said. You know what I mean? Ham bone, have you heard? You know what I'm saying? Chicken word, and all that other stuff. Giving people the bird, whatever. Anywho, yeah, he gonna keep both teams in the game. Jameis is. I guarantee you that. Give me some starters and sit-ems for both teams in that game. Double J.
Yep, and so right away, love the potentially Christian Watson here. A lot of one-on-one matchups for Love's receivers on the perimeter. I know he kind of didn't have a great game, but he takes on, again, the secondary with the Giants. That's number 9 in completion rate, number 12 in the highest passer rating allowed. So, of course, on pass plays of 15-plus air yards. And so it sets up really well for him. The Giants are playing Deonte Banks again. I bring up Pro Football Focus's like qualifying running or corners, and that list is out of 109 now. This dude is 107.
Whoa, Snappy Boo Jackson.
Yeah. So again, he's allowing a 86% catch rate and a nearly 150, which is perfect passer rating. So Deonte Banks is is the one that we're picking on this year, at least when applicable. And so also that means we can elevate expectations for Romeo Doubs as well. We should see Matthew Golden back, but I would, proceed with caution there. It's huge smash spot for Josh Jacobs. And he just came off of the season high 78% rush share. And he had 26 touches. The Giants are giving up a league high, almost 6 yards per carry to opposing running backs this year. and they're also 29th out of 31st out of third, of course, the 31 other teams in explosive rush rate allowed. So you're talking about a 7-point favorite and a game script that suggests the Packers should be in control. That means that dude should be eating. So potentially play of the day for Josh Jacobs.
And you know something else? I know we ain't got to them yet, but you know that Packers Eagles. Number one, AJ Brown need to pipe down. Okay?
Oh, whoa. This is the squeaky wheel gets the juice.
No, AJ Brown need to pipe down because at the end of the day, bro, I guarantee you, ask any Browns wide receiver would they love to trade places with him. Ask any Browns wide receiver. Number one. Number two, I have yet to see how it makes any sense whatsoever to be complaining at all for anything on a winning team. Sports has become bass awkward nowadays all across the landscape. Mike Budenholzer wins his NBA championship and get fired. Mike Malone wins the NBA championship and get fired. Coaches used to get fired for fireable offenses. I'm just saying, things that should be are not, and things that are not, and are not are. Huh? Make it make sense. What are you crying about? Because you ain't getting enough touches? And then I'm going to tell you something else. I saw a play in that game. Once again, suspect. And why Sirianni? I see they was talking about getting rid of him. You almost blew the game, Nick. You go to A.J. Brown in that situation when you should have just ran the ball, maybe. That could have backfired on you. Really? That was the time to go to A.J.? Or could it be, if you look at some of the routes A.J. running, A.J. ain't giving it all either. Okay? Culpability from see. All right? Just saying. Come on, man. Pipe down. What you crying for? Man, please. Jerry Rice. Not comparing them. I'm just saying, who was on the other side of Jerry Rice when he was winning Super Bowls with Joe Montana?
J.J. Stokes.
Okay. Did you hear J.J. crying? My gosh. Michael Irvin in Dallas. Alvin Harper. Did you hear him crying? James Lofton. Keenan McCardle. Jimmy Smith, Jacksonville. Did you hear either one of them dudes crying? Man, these dudes cry too much. Y'all winning. Help me to understand something. Help me to understand something, okay? I'm trying to figure out what's your reason for complaining. The Eagles, with Jalen Hurts at the helm, then been in the Super Bowl how many times in the last 5 minutes? Then been in the playoffs how many times in the last 4 minutes? They've been in the NFC Championship how many times? And you over here crying for what? Like y'all went 0-16? And the folks in Cleveland were celebrating? Oh, man, please. Just go somewhere else and blow off some steam. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Stop crying. You know what I mean? You want a burger to go with them French fries? My God. Anywho, give me the Bengals and the Steelers and let's see what the deal be.
Yeah, so and quickly here, to answer Marl Owens, I'm absolutely smashing Gadsden. So just to kind of give you a little bit
You're
of
doing
data,
what happened now? Whoa,
slow
down here, buddy.
The tight end for
no.
The Chargers that he listed. Again, just really quickly on him, Jacksonville's giving up the 4th most receptions, the 7th most receiving yards, and the 2nd most touchdowns and 2nd most fantasy points to tight ends. And in your case, you get that half-point extra bonus to the tight end. So
whatever tight end you got, start them against Jacksonville.
Yeah,
really.
if you had 2, if you could get Cade Otton or something, I would probably say play him.
Yeah.
Monty
If you got 4 of them, start all 4.
Right.
Yeah.
They're again, tough matchup for him, averaging, they're allowing only 71 rush yards per game. The issue with Swift is not Minnesota allowing 100 yards per game, but him sharing the touches, in the backfield there. So Little concern between those two. Swift would have been the play, but ETN's also leading the league or in the top 5 in terms of red zone touches. So it's, to me, that's kind of the smash spot, kind of final decision. I would love to say, I know
when you
for
put
a fact
Swift,
that, what's that?
Wouldn't you put in that case though? I mean, when you put Swift in versus Minnesota and the flex,
Exactly.
Because they Chicago
sharing the time. That's the problem.
What you saying?
Right? So basically, they're riding the hot hand in the backfield. So
Chicago is.
Yeah. So it was 10-9 in versus Monangai.
Oh.
When it's 50-50 like that, I don't think this is a great matchup for ETN or for Kamani Vidal. Yes, the best actual matchup is Swift. But Swift is in a timeshare right now. If he's the hot hand tomorrow, then absolutely we're going to look back at this and say that was the right play to make because Minnesota is giving up 100 yards per game to the running backs. Versus 70, or as I mentioned, the Chargers don't give up the volume, but they are giving up about almost 5 yards per carry, which is the 5th most. And very un-Jim Harbaugh like.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that.
So, right now ETN's kind of having a career year. He's had very heavy workload, so quite the opposite of what, Swift is having. I would still say that he's the top 20 play. It potentially, again, if I knew for certain, I'll leave that up to you, but based on what you gave me, Swift's not as involved in the catching side of things. And then also, whereas ETN is certainly still doing so.
All righty then. Let's move on. The Bengals at the Steelers.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Let's see what we got here.
Where's Gully?
I have no idea. Yeah.
Famous, Joe Flacco for MVP.
Yeah. Let me get a scrolleration. Let me get a scroll, please. Let me get some scroll. All right, slow it down there. Slow it down. Aaron Rodgers is not. Wait, is Joe Flacco? Is he playing?
Sounds like it. Yeah.
This is another one. You can't. Let me see the matchup analysis. Probably 3.
Remember, these two have played before this year.
I know. Oh, it's 5.5. What's the over under?
48.5. They were calling this the Ben Gay Bowl.
Yeah.
Or Icy Hot, whichever.
Yeah, well, yeah. Man.
Do they live up to the hype again? 64 points and 850 yards of offense?
The Bengals?
That was combined.
Yeah, that's Steelers. Oh, I don't know. That Steelers secondary, though, is suspect.
Not as bad as Cincinnati's.
But who you trust more, the Bengals wide receivers or the Steelers wide receivers?
So again, Pittsburgh will be without Darius Slay, to your point, and Deshaun Elliott, the safety's on IR, and Alex Highsmith is also out. It sounds like based on his having a pec issue.
I don't know, man. Steelers.
So to your point about those receivers, take a look at Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Versus the Steelers last time.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say right there, buddy. But wait, the last one was in Cincinnati?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Give me the big Steelers Bengals. Give me the Steelers, man. That one might come back to bite me. I'm just saying, only because they at home, and I just don't see Mike Tomlin losing because the Steelers got kicked in the mouth with cleats last week. Who beat them? The Washington Generals.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, it was bad, really, really bad. Give me your fantasy stardoms and situms.
Yeah, as you saw on the screen there, they moved Jamar Chase everywhere, and it was fantastic last time around. So he is a must start, elite wide receiver 1. T. Higgins is still getting a 20, coming off a season best, 21% first read rate. I would say he's still a top 25 type of play this week. And the run game, of course, is quite awful for, it just hasn't been working out with Chase Brown, but I blame the offensive line. But he had his best game against them. So,
this
Steel
Bengal
curtain is a little flimsy these days. It is 29th in run defense and 27th in defensive rush success rate in just the last 4 weeks.
But see, this Bengals Steelers is like Ohio State, Michigan. You throw everything out when these two get ready to play. Everything leading up to the game is irrelevant once it get going. This is one of them type of games. The Bengals and the Steelers.
Look, in spite of that, these teams are defensively trash.
That's what I'm trying. Well, so who do you pick? How do you pick? Not who. How do you pick?
Just as you did originally with both.
I know. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Where's Jameis Winston at when you need him? I need somebody who's going to let the Bengals and the Steelers win this game.
Yeah, just for so
they might end up in a tie.
Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart are out.
Okay, I'll just stay with the Steelers then. Because even with them two guys, they individual talents, but as a unit, defense is terrible. Horrendous.
Yeah,
that's terrible and horrendous.
32nd in defensive pass success rate.
Would you say 42nd? I'm not surprised. Out of 32 teams, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, give me this. I'll stay with the Steelers.
Aaron Rodgers, I would play him about a 70% completion rate, nearly 7 yards per attempt. And that may not be necessarily elite, but it's number 14 out of 32. And last time, again, just to remind you, 250 yards and 4 touchdowns against that defense.
Yeah, I'll stay with the Steelers. Texans at the Titans. Yeah, this is a learning curve year for my man Cam Ward. The Titans might be in pretty good shape though in this upcoming draft. I'm interested to see who they come away with this upcoming draft. But for now, give me the Texans. That Texans defense is Super Bowl caliber right now.
Yeah, no CJ Stroud. Does that matter at all for you that it's a backup?
Don't tell me his name. I mean it. Don't tell me his name. The backup for the Texans is.
Think of cereal companies.
Yes, I know. Darn it. And when you said that, now it slipped off the tip of my tongue. Sam Owen Mills.
Almost Davis.
I know. I'm just being facetious narrator right there. Yeah, I know it. Meals. That's meals. Okay. You eat your meals here. I eat my meals. Yeah, give me the Texans either way. And then you start them, sit-ems.
Yeah. This is a rough go, but if you have to, certainly tight end Dalton Schultz sticks out. He had a strong, he's had a handful of strong performances last few weeks. Tennessee's not exactly elite on paper, and so he should draw kind of some double-digit targets in this game as well. If you're in a pinch, go Woody Marks. He had 80% of the snap share last week, and that was, resulted in 81 yards and a touchdown. So Nick Chubb, unfortunately, is kind of done, was did dirty and not quite the same here. So I would say outside of that, Houston's run defense is pretty, pretty solid. Like you've highlighted. I would kind of avoid both of the running backs there between Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears, unless maybe PPR in a 12-14 type of league, then maybe grab, Spears because they should be playing from behind.
Yeah, for sure. 49ers at the Cardinals.
Brock Purdy is back. San Francisco's healthy for the first game. Well, they're still missing Ayuk, but he's unlikely to play this year, I think.
No, whoa! I thought Ayuk was coming back.
He hasn't practiced, dude.
Oh man. Okay, well, but even still, give me the 49ers. the Kyler Murray experiment is done. And then people talking about bringing to Cleveland, man, and then bring Anthony Davis to the Cavs.
Nobody
Man,
said that. In good
man, I'm
faith.
telling you,
There's no way.
somebody who drinking something in a water bottle that ain't water.
It wasn't Gully, was it?
No, it better not be. Man, please, he'll get put on vacation, bro. Give me your startums and sit-ems in that one. Man, he'll get put on vacation. He get him talking crazy, something like that, crazy.
Yeah, I'm just a little surprised. You know, this line I expect to move. I actually need to see this. Did it change? Okay, it's only changed by a point. Marvin Harrison's out. You know, again, I don't love.
That's why. Why would, if it started at 2.5, why would it go to 3.5? To me, I thought maybe 1.5.
No. With that was to me with knowing that it was Brock Purdy that was starting and that. You know,
oh,
Ricky
okay. Yeah. My bad. Yeah, you did just say that.
And
Okay.
then knowing that on the Arizona side, yeah, like you pointed out.
Yeah. And you didn't give me the Texans.
More of a jab at Kyler Murray that the line didn't really move that much with a backup in.
Yeah, right. You didn't give me the Texans. You got to give me my Texans pick.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Here we go.
Yeah, give me my Texans. Give me my 49ers. Yep. And who else did you say for stardoms and sit-ems?
Yeah, stardom for sure. Christian McCaffrey. Even in bad matchups, he's leading the league in nearly 25 touches per game. Arizona's run defense has allowed the 8th, fewest points to the running back over the last few weeks. But the last time they played each other, he only had 50 yards rushing, but he had 88 yards receiving off of 15 targets. So
is McCaffrey, is C-Mac the best fantasy player?
He's
the most consistent.
There, yes.
Huh?
He's up there right now. It's Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, all right. Well, it's got to be. Yeah, my bad, JT. My fault, JT. No disrespect, baby. I'm gonna give myself a button. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I forgot about JT. I don't see how I did, but I mean, for a guy who's injured, and I don't say that lightly or like most people, like not considering the nature of the sport that they play. It's just amazing that he's still like number one fantasy player or close at the top, one of the top fantasy players, you know what I'm saying, despite the rash of injuries that he's had to deal with. Remember now, it is football. It's a collision sport. I just told y'all a little bit ago, Eddie Down is like combat. But I'm taking the 49ers in that matchup. Slide down a little bit there.
Absolutely. Just to conclude on the Arizona side, I think it's a sneaky matchup for Jacoby Brissett, in spite of not having technically his number 1 or 2 receiver in Marvin Harrison or Zay Jones. This is a smash. Trey McBride all day long. And again, I think, he could have, as far as Brissett, 250 yards and 2 touchdowns is not out of the question. So absolutely. Also would look at Michael Wilson because, believe it or not, Robert Saleh's defense is not, maybe the personnel is not quite there.
Is Greenlaw out for the season?
Well, you're right. Fred Warner also is on IR now. So they've basically they're number 1 in
but they're good schematically.
It's just their bottom 5 in pressure rate and defensive pass success rate. So if you're not getting any pressure, Jacoby Brissett can look a whole lot better.
Of course. Well, I could look a whole lot better. Back to what you talking about? I could look like Christian Sayin or whatever his name is. That's what I'm just saying. Or Ohio State. My gosh, dude got all week to pass. You know what I'm saying? Playing doggone UTEP every week. But anyway.
Potentially, sneaky play here, especially in the prop market. Amari DiMercato. I don't think Bam Knight is going to play in this game. And DiMercato's we expect them to be trailing, right? That's their passing running back. And so if they're trailing, he's going to get more volume. He should also get more attempts. And targets for that matter. So just something to kind of, keep an eye on as well. But it would be interesting to see.
Seahawks at the Rams. Woo, this is the game. This is the this is the GOTW, baby. Game of the week.
I have to agree, absolutely.
Let me get a scroll right there. Let see what we got there. Let me see the matchup analysis. It's got to be 1.5, if not a pick 'em. What? Is Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua playing?
Yeah.
Okay, it opened at 2.5. Why is it 3 now? What's going on? Something. What happened?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's Matt Stafford having a fantastic year.
Bruh, the Seahawks play defense.
Look at who their only losses are, right? Overtime to San Francisco and to Philly. Remember on that kind of bad ending?
Almost like in the NFC Championship game. Well, it was a bad ending because they were driving, and I forget what happened. And there was a lot of snow out there. But even still.
Win probability here. Regular season. Look where they're at. A little bit of almost a class of their own, right? I mean, take a look. That looks pretty good to me.
Hey, go back. Where's Seattle at, though, on that list? Ooh. Is Njigba playing?
Yeah.
Man, I'm a Stat Pafford guy. You know that, right? You know this, right? It's well documented.
Oh my gosh, I would have never imagined.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I got to always mention that a time or 2 or 3 or 10 or 13, 14. Give me the Seahawks, though.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm going to tell you schematically, I don't necessarily like the matchup for Seattle. Again, Seattle only sends 4 guys. They're 29th in blitz rate. You're talking about giving Stat Pafford time to Stat Pat?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Did I add? Okay, so Puka Nacua is playing, right? What about Devontae Adams?
Yeah. Oh, now wait a minute. Devontae Adams does have an oblique injury, but he's less than 100%. But here's the thing. Puka Nacua has only been playing 60% of the snaps. Under 60% for the last 2 games. So this could be to both a fantasy point and something for you to consider. Is this the time to unleash Puka Nacua for arguably the first time this year?
Yeah, give me. Let me go. I'm gonna go. Oh, and the Rams. Yeah, give me the Rams. I'm gonna go with the Rams at home, but I got a feeling I'm gonna regret that one too. Yeah, give me the Rams.
Well, I can give you some of the other side if you want. If you want to know on.
Nah, just give me the fantasy starting sit-ems. I'm not going. Right, I can't go against my boy Matt Stafford. I just can't do it.
Yeah. So again, right away, JSN has been really the catalyst to Sam Darnold's success this year. Last week was a disaster. I started Sam Darnold and I deeply regretted it because they got so far ahead they didn't have to throw the ball. And so that's
isn't that something? You regret starting a guy not because he's losing, you know what I'm saying, but because he's winning, and we're winning so big that he kind of sat out in the 4th quarter type of deal. You know what I mean?
And that's actually hurt JSN's production because he's averaging 24 routes per game. That's almost 75 in the league. And so, again, is this truly shootout capable? Certainly, I would imagine so.
The Seahawks look good, though, man.
Have a breakout game here. Will be really interesting because remember, Cooper Kupp is also returning in this game.
Oh, dag nabbit. Go back to the matchup analysis. Then that spread should be, come on, bro. Nah, man. So you telling me Tyler Higbee, Macy's, and May Company, Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, and Cooper Kupp? Oh, that's a conglomerate. They're all playing. Oh,
everybody's playing. Again, it's not the greatest matchup for the running game for Seattle, right. But look who we just kind of said on the other side.
Okay, well, give me the Rams. I'm sorry, give me the Rams, but I think the Seahawks gonna make it. They're gonna make it interesting. Ravens at the. Oh boy, do we really got to do this one?
Do you want to see the matchup analysis?
No, I don't. It's probably 100.
Why not?
It's probably Yeah, let me see it just for its and giggles. Yeah, and the over under is 12.
Isn't that
I'm doing Common Core math here is what I'm telling you. Give me the Ravens and your fantasy starting sit-ems. Now watch the Browns win by 3 on a Phil Dawson doinker. It's going to hit the crossbar and bounce in over the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, anyway. Yeah, give me the Ravens.
I expect them to lean heavy on Lamar like they have, in game scripts.
Nah, not really. Not coming back from that hamstring injury.
Historically, they kind of Baltimore goes pass heavy against Cleveland. They did in the last game, and remember that was 225 for 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, but Lamar didn't have no hamstring. He wasn't coming off no hamstring in none of them games. I think it's going to be more Derrick Henry.
So do you agree with how Cleveland's defense has been with the man heavy single high scheme?
What happened? Say that again now.
So Cleveland's pass defense plays man heavy in the single high coverage. Do you like that? Do you hate it?
That's why I was asking you. Is Zay Flowers playing?
Yes.
Okay, well then, if you're going man, then wherever he go, Denzel got to go. Because Zay Flowers, I'm trying to tell you, you go zone, bro. He gonna do like Devontae Smith.
Yeah, Zay Flowers in that previous game, 11 targets, 7 for 75.
Yeah, Zay Flowers is a problem. He a problem.
And against single high in particular, he has a 38% boost to his targets per route run.
Yeah, I see. I'm telling you right now,
9% boost to his yards per route run.
I'm telling you, yeah, that dude, he is Rashid Rice type. He that kind of. Hey, and I'm telling you, he don't fumble. Ain't no telling what the Ravens. We not. Oh, anywho, that was then. This is now. I'm just saying. Okay, he had a Lee Evans moment. Okay, but in this game, oh yeah, man, I'm telling you right now, you might want to. Denzel, that's him and Denzel. Everything else, if you want to, you can play zone. But I'm playing man on Flowers. But see, then again, I don't know what you would play because with Lamar, well, the hamstring might slow him down a little bit. But typically, man, you got to spy Lamar because Lamar. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just give me the Ravens. Period. I don't even know why I'm sitting here giving no analysis. And give me your fantasy starters and set-ems so we can get on out of here.
Definitely sent Dylan Gabriel. The Ravens pass defense has been number 6 in lowest pass success rate.
Whoa. Did you say sit Dylan Gabriel?
Just for those that were considering.
I wish somebody would come on here and ask you, should they start Dylan Gabriel?
No. There's acquiring minds out there, but I just want to show them once more as to how trash he's been.
Yeah. And Jay, look who there. There it is. Oh, Davis Mills and JJ McCarthy. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, come join the party.
That's pretty bad company.
Oh, Michael Penix. Oh, go back. Michael Penix, is that close?
He's not doing too good outside.
Ooh, Tyler Shaw is ahead of Michael Penix and Trevor Lawrence.
Spencer Rattler was doing better.
Ooh, I know Kirk Cousins over there. He doing it.
He's wearing a mink coat and he's.
I know he over there. He in Atlanta, baby. Yeah. Ooh, that's not good. Drake May, Sam Darnold out in front of everybody.
Bruh, Drake May is having a fabulous year.
Well, Drake May is he got it all. He got the stature. He's the prototypical. Where is he? If I'm not mistaken, the Patriots are, even after that game the other day, or was it this past Sunday? No, it was a Thursday night game, wasn't it? No.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. Even after that game, where are the Patriots as a unit or as a squad with him at the helm in terms of how many plays of like 20 yards or more? They like second in the league or something, right? Like 55 plays of 20 yards or more?
Let's see.
Yeah. Talk to me.
They're at about a 10% explosive play rate on offense. And their offense ranks third in passing plays of 20-plus yards and tied for third in plays of 40-plus yards.
Okay.
So there's your answer. Yes, a resounding yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Yeah, let's get back to the screen so these people can go home and get some sleep, man. Because that's, yeah, I mean, you know. Anyway, Chiefs at the Broncos. Wait a minute. I just saw. Who did I just see for the Broncos that's not playing? What did I just see?
J.K. Dobbins from.
Yes, out for the season, possibly.
Yep.
Oh man, that's a derailment. You don't think so?
It'll be
great
interesting
movie, by the
to see
way.
if R.J. Harvey can pick up where they left off. But remember, since losing Patrick Surtain on the defensive side, I think is even a bigger issue here because they actually shifted away from man coverage and are playing more too high. And they've been doing that kind of on about 23% of the defensive snaps in week 9. And then, again, that was a 42% rate from weeks 1 through 8. So completely went away from it. And so, again, defensively, they were really, really stout. They were number 1 overall in expected pass, yards per attempt, and then the number 2 in defensive pass rate success. So they were brutal. So we'll see, and it'll benefit on the fantasy side. Rashee Rice for sure. He actually does much better against that zone. And
yeah,
Xavier Worthy.
He like Dante Hall with the ball. The human joystick. Oh my
Someone
God.
that also could see is Mr. Taylor Swift himself.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he could. He usually does pretty
Travis
well.
Swift or Taylor Kelsey. You tell me. I'm just asking. Give me the Chiefs. As long as Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are a combination, it's not too many times too often. I'm gonna go against them no matter what. I don't care what their record is. They just one of them teams. Lions at the Eagles. Ooh. Yeah. Like Randy Macho Man Savage. Step into a Slim Jim. Let me see the line. Ooh. It opened at 1.5. Why is it 3?
That's a great question. Detroit fan man, do you got an answer for that one?
Yeah, Detroit fan man. Yeah, if you're still listening, if you got your ears on out there, good buddy, let me know if the opening line, excuse me, was Eagles minus 1.5. Why is it now 3? That's what I want to know. Let's going on?
Oh, they put Sam Laporta on IR.
Oh, dag nabbit. Oh man, what the fiduciary?
Yeah, so again, they will be.
But they got
Terrion Arnold, the corner, Sam Laporta, safety, Kirby Joseph, and edge Josh Pascal.
Yeah, but Terrion Arnold, the Lions not missing him.
He's had some struggles for sure.
Some struggles. That's putting it lightly and nightly. Some. Man, please. His idea of defensive back technique is grab and go. I'm just trying to say. Woo. Give me the.
Well, you don't think this is a get right game? I just mentioned kind of how many people are missing for the Lions defensively, but let's not kid ourselves. Like the Lions were stellar, against number 1 perimeter receivers prior. So this could be a squeaky wheel gets the grease, and AJ Brown goes off for at least a touchdown, I would say.
Yeah, give me the Eagles, man, begrudgingly. They got away with one last week. The Packers really did not help themselves at all, and they had ample opportunity. Who are your starters and sit-ems, or did you already say?
I did not. I certainly would lean heavily on. I think it's a get right game for AJ Brown. In spite of that, that means it is not a get right game for Devontae Smith, Skinny Batman, and And then the Lions have.
Hey, but I don't know,
surprised
man. Devontae is a big play guy. When they need a big play, they go to him more than they do A.J. Brown.
Yeah, what was the total on this game? Because 47 only. Okay. I could see that being 57, just the way that these teams offensively can go with one another.
Exactly. Yes, it's suspect to me too, buddy.
But I will say the Eagles defense has improved, obviously, with some of the moves they made on the
they brought Brandon
side.
Graham back.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
he was already fitted for his bust, and then back again. Yeah, give me the Eagles. Cowboys at the Raiders. Man, give me the Cowboys. Yeah, ain't nothing changed.
Totals, 50.
Yeah, that's it. The over under is. Why is the over under 50?
Well, we talked about historically bad defenses, right? More so the Cowboys.
Yeah, more so than the Raiders.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, both are not very good, but the Cowboys are just really bad, and they can score offensively.
Oh wow! Did you not you not seeing the comments here, buddy?
No,
huh?
Oh no, I'm not at all.
Oh my gosh! This
Rest
guy
of
here.
Season Tet or Alec Pierce. Give me just a second on that one. I'll start there. And then Otten or Trey Johnson. So he means Tez, right?
Yeah, I think he means Tez.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Let's get to some of these questions. My gosh, boy, this guy on the other end. Sorry,
well, I'm operating multiple screens here.
Hey, I'm alternating multiple screens here too, buddy. I'm alternating multiple vitamins. Yeah, my iron is low. What you talking about here, buddy? Y'all got to excuse me. When we do our pick'ems on my side of the screen, I have to enlarge it, and it doesn't show me the comments unless he shows me the comments. Double J on that side, but we'll give him a pass this time because he's been doing a good job up till now. So let's get to Spartacus the Marine. Oh man, let me give you a salute, bro. Straight up on the salute side, baby. Who you telling him to go with?
Yeah, so quickly here, of course, Tez Johnson, just for the record, has scored touchdowns in the last 4 weeks, but he's yet to clear 60 yards. Cade Otton's averaging 6.2 receptions per game. That's 10th over that span among all receivers, tight ends, and running backs. So I would say the volume play, especially if it were a PPR, would lean towards Otten. And then for the Tet versus Alec Pierce, because of some of the other mouths to feed in that offense, I'm going to lean Tet McMillan. And let's see, we got Detroit Fan Man. Oh, he was letting us know. I think he was look at the injury report.
Yeah, I always say that. Legion of Whom out there again, like 90% on the money on the Lions. Give me the Eagles too. Don't tell my friends. Hey, yeah.
Oh, no way.
I'm with you that Detroit Fan Man. Oh, woo. And hey, Detroit Fan Man, he don't just be picking just for the sake of picking now. He picked with a purpose. So if he picking the Eagles, then
wow. 90% of the
well, blame Terrion Arnold. It's his fault. Mister, I gotta grab everything, even when I ain't out there on the field.
I'm really surprised by that, though.
Why would you be surprised? That's Detroit Fan Man. He be putting it down, baby.
No. I'm not surprised. His pick. I'm shocked at the data that he said that it's 90% of the public money's going on the Lions. Absolutely, I agree with him. I'm going the other way. Something's amiss there.
That's what I say. I'm just saying. I said it from the beginning, baby. But don't listen to me. I don't know nothing. I'm talking about
that's Barbershop Jay. Doing the best cop impression there with throwing his elbows out.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with me. You want to give us your fantasy starters and sit-ems for that one? That last one. Who was it out there? It was the Cowboys or do it really matter? Cowboys and the Raiders. Who would the Raiders have to start anyway? You just got to start somebody by default.
Ashton Gianti for sure.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, he's having a pretty decent year
CeeDee
so far.
Lamb, I would say it's not the best matchup for him, but certainly got to play him, right? Amon-Ra St. Brown, I know I didn't say anything on the other game, but
Gibbs and Montgomery definitely, right?
Gibbs for sure. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I thought Montgomery was eating a little bit more.
You know, believe it or not, statistically it's a better matchup for Devontae Smith. I just think it is the squeaky wheel game, right? And then you're missing Terrion Arnold, so you're talking about backups, right? So now it shifts over who's covering AJ Brown.
Yeah, but if that's the case, Devontae is beating top guys. So who covering him?
Right. It should free him up even more.
Even more.
Right.
Yeah. And he's your speedster. He's a burner. Bruh. How often do he miss on the deep shots?
Almost never. Those are the games you get him on those. That it's all about air yards with Devontae Smith.
I know. And he takes the lid off more so better when it comes to that than AJ Brown.
Oh, 100%. AJ Brown is your PPR target, right? He's the underneath stuff.
Right. The guy get you 7 to 8 catches, 94 yards, and maybe a touchdown or maybe 2. He can fill up a few boxes. Devontae, he be that, 3 catches, 198 yards, and 44 touchdowns. That type. Like what? I was watching the game and I didn't even see all of that. We got another comment. We get to it right quick. Detroit fan man weighing in again. He said, and yeah, I got fantasy. Oh, he said, and yeah, I got a fantasy. 2 got to start 2. BTJ, DJ Moore, or Shakir.
Yep, Shakir from the Bills.
The Bills, yeah. I thought he would be. At first it looked like he would be in that Zay Flowers, Rashid Rice type category. You get what I'm trying to say? I thought he just would be a dynamo, pew, 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 especially with Josh Allen. Then all of a sudden, sometimes you hear from him, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So we should see more of an uptick in Shakir's role with Kincaid kind of sidelined. Again, in terms of the Tampa defense in particular, they're ranking 22nd in defensive pass rate success rate, 25th in yards per attempt, and 24th in passing yards per game allowed. So they try to mix up the coverages, but Josh Allen has typically kind of dominated all of the blitz things that are thrown his way. So he took a small step back this year, but again with Dalton Kincaid out and with Knox available, Kincaid was able to kind of stretch the field more vertical. I would say play Shakir because he's the high number of the volume of receptions essentially, and even though the Bucs are more of a perimeter funnel, over the last 5 weeks they're giving up the 4th most fantasy points per game to the perimeter receiver. And they're ranking 19th to the slot, which is where we've seen a combination of Keon Coleman and then also Shakir. So they're going to have to use these guys quite a bit more. And then, he said another one. Brian Thomas Jr., if I remember correctly, let's see. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence has been really cold. And against cover 3 and 6, he's quarterback 38 in completion percentage and also 38 in yards per attempt. And so Brian Thomas is obviously, I don't know if you're aware, he's got he's out. I was going to say the injury. I don't love the DJ Moore matchup, but it sounds like you don't have a choice.
Yeah, really.
Is there anybody else out there? I mean, I'll entertain it if you got somebody else that you want to, consider that to throw in his stead. Let's see.
Yeah.
Start one PPR
at Master 23. Shout out again. Appreciate you for weighing in.
So, I mentioned this a little earlier that it's a sneaky good matchup for Kyle Pitts. And it's a full PPR. My issue with both K9 and Charb is that not only are they sharing the time together, but it's actually a very bad matchup. I believe it was top 5 or top 7 for the run defense for the Rams. So they're also not giving up the volume to the running backs either. So For me, I would probably lean towards Pitts on this one, and should theoretically work out for you, just given how bad the Panthers defense has been. And let's see if I have Panthers ranking top 5 in receiving yards allowed to the tight end position. So even though he had a crappy game against the Colts, I'm saying to kind of ignore that. But he had 5 targets still in spite of it. So it's certainly, he's a fringe, I would say starter in deeper formats. And then let me just confirm with those last 2. I want to make sure I at least give you the data here that when it comes to the running backs, okay. As far as that great defense of the Rams with the rush that I was mentioning, 5th fewest yards per carry, 5th fewest in yards per game, and also 32nd in fantasy points allowed to the running back position. So to me, avoid, abort. Both these guys are looking like they're going to have potentially a underwhelming game, and I would say they're fringe RB2, RB3 if you needed to.
Well, all right, people, there it is. There you have it. There are your picks, the fantasy starters, and sit them, shout them out again, baby. You understand me? Please don't, if you're placing any bets, do not place bets based on anything I've picked in terms of the winners and losers, but you can do whatever you got to do based on the fantasies that Double J up there, because he pretty much has it down to a science. Me, I don't even know how to spell science, that is. And on that note, I'll leave you with this quote. Opportunity is swift of flight, but slow to return. Let me read that again. Opportunity is swift of flight, but slow to return. It's Hazrat Ali radiallahu. And it's been fun, but we got to run. Don't forget to check us out at 9:30 on the PM side, right here on the what? Never mind. Or y'all can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the Shop's fan page, and of course, YouTube. And please make sure you hit the subscribe button when you're over at the tube. We'd be much obliged. If that don't work, y'all can Google it. For my dudes, Be Rich, Double J, D Gully, and all those who follow and support us, we say thank you. Barbershop Jay, and you've been listening to the Shop Report. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla, we out of here. Don't make no picks and don't be scared. We out.